Yeah, well, we see the results, and now you guys have been together for 5 weeks, so
Yeah.
it's amazing, and I commend you for that because believe me, it's not every man. In fact, I will say it's the rare man, it's the exception that can really take in that criticism and deal with it in a positive way and use it to empower you, to transform you, and boom, we have the result right here in front of us, a new man. So again, Maladiets, great job. Um,
Definitely.
so we're running a poll right now, guys. If you could vote, do us a favor. The question is, do you believe Billy and Arena's relationship will stand the test of time? Okay. Absolutely yes is the first vote. Yes, no, and only time will tell. So please go and vote right now. We have 36 votes already. So thanks, guys. So I guess the first thing, Billy, I want to give you the opportunity to address your naysayers. Okay, during the last live stream, I know you did take it pretty hard, and some of it was from me. I admit it, but I meant it with love, and I hope the other guys also meant it, wanting the best for you. You know, only each individual person, but you did take it on pretty hard. So what do you have to say to the naysayers out there? Didn't believe you.
I don't know them personally, but they were definitely getting very personal with me. Like they knew me. So I can't say that I knew them, but they acted like they knew me. They knew the type of person I was. So, and for me, you can't start judging somebody or start saying things unless you actually know the person, or if you're walking in their shoes. A lot of people, I did see some encouragement. I have watched some of the videos. I didn't watch all of them. But you have to walk, be willing to be me, walk in my shoes. And all that was being thrown at me about the type of man that maybe I am, or what do I have to change, or I have no chance. Why be so negative when, would you do it for me? Like, who's actually, out of all those guys that were saying stuff, who's actually went through the experiences that I've went through, that I'm currently going through now? Who has stepped up and did everything that I did? So it's easy to just throw stuff out there at people and not care. And maybe some people were caring. So for me, it was hard to know who was on my side, who was against me, who was actually maybe rooting for me to fail. That was hard to say. I was trying to get as much positive out of it as possible, but I also saw people and the guys and men saying stuff to me, and I'm like, have they even been anywhere near what I've been through, or what I'm going through, or what I'm trying to accomplish? And do they have, like you would say, the cojones to actually do what I'm doing? Because it's easy to say things and to throw words out there, but it's a lot harder to do those things. So I challenge every man, if you really are on this journey, if you're watching these YouTube shows, and if you're here today, step up and do it. Don't keep on saying you're going to do it. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. If you want to change your life for the better, and that means getting that woman in your life that's going to fulfill you, and you're going to fulfill each other together, you just got to do it. Don't throw words out, and don't challenge me, because I stepped up to the challenge, and here I am today. And, I'll continuously put myself out there, and if anybody has questions along the way, I'm willing to help. I feel like I've turned myself into a better me, but I was never a bad me. There was just aspects of me that needed to be refined. And I appreciate all the input. Some of it was harsh, and I would, try to still look at it. And there was times I wanted to get defensive and like jump in there and say, whoa, you don't know me. But maybe I didn't even know myself as much as I do now. So I challenge everybody, just don't say you're going to do something. If you're going to challenge me and say the type of person that I should be, maybe you should be that type of person too, because I did it. I've went through a lot, but I'm, again, that one foot in front of the other. I live by that motto, that if you start a journey, finish it.
Billy, brilliantly said. And again, you're so centered, you're so grounded, the way you speak, even your voice, vibrational level, you've gone down more into bass, which when we hear bass, subconsciously it says confidence. Like, wow, the transformation, even in how you speak, it's just like you're blowing my mind. very wise words of wisdom, great encouragement for guys. And yeah, again, I commend you. You know, we all have our weaknesses, and we have, like me, more weaknesses than I have strengths. But the thing is, you didn't give up. You were resilient. You fell down many times. I mean, you spent 43 grand on this journey over three years. You almost didn't make it out with your life when you get
Yeah,
caught in
and
the war
it's
zone.
yeah, and that all that was real. I saw a couple of people saying, "Oh, that couldn't have been true. That couldn't really happen." And I'm like, ask me whatever you want to ask me, but everything I've went through is true. Joe knows it was true. But I also went down the rabbit hole. Like I see the guys talking about the pay-per-letter sites and stuff like that, and it is a rabbit hole because even after I experienced it and I lost money, it's hard to get out of that rabbit hole, and you need to have somebody guide you sometimes out, and that's where Joe and his team came in for me. They guided me out because even though I knew I had lost money and I'd spent money and I was on a few sites that I knew was wrong and I was being scammed, but you get used to the women giving you that fake, even though you know it's fake, but you like to hear those sweet words and whatever. So it's like a rabbit hole. And how do you escape it? Well, guess what? You come to a place like Match Guarantee and Joe and his team, and they guide you out and you start that right path. And it's hard, but be strong. I was strong. I took the criticism. I changed some of myself, but I didn't change who I am, which I think you should never change who you are inside your heart. Just become a better version of you. And once that happens, I mean, the amazing can happen, and it's happened for me.
Wow, brilliant. Absolutely. Completely agree. Here's a question. Well, before I take this question, Edward Solomon has a good point here. I'm gonna put up some key good questions, guys, because we're really getting flooded in chat. And thank you for your contribution here and being so active in chat. So what did I want to say before? Well, let's put up the question and then I'll get my thought back. Oh no, what I wanted to say is, Billy, thank you for distilling that down and making it so real for our viewers, what it's like to get caught up in these PPL scams. Because we're all quick to judge, and it's hard to understand what it's like unless one has been through it. Just like it takes an alcoholic to understand another alcoholic. Like it is, and you know what? It is a form of addiction. It actually is.
Definitely. You're addicted to those beautiful words coming from this beautiful woman, but they're not real. I think I'd seen on one of the videos, there was a man, I don't remember his name, but he'd been talking to a woman for 3 years. I don't know if it's necessarily on the site or on WhatsApp or whatever, but 3 years and never meeting the woman. Now that to me is unrealistic. That should never be happening. So hopefully, if you're listening to me out there, this gentleman, listen to Joe and his team, because they're being sincere and they're being honest with you that it should not, a woman would never want to talk to you for 3 years without being with you, without being able to reach out and touch you. I've learned that they want to, from what I'm hearing, especially from my woman, is they want to smell you. They want to know that you're real. And how are they going to know you're real? To be with you in person. So they're not going to drag it out for 1 year even. They're going to want to be with you as soon as humanly possible. Irina, who you see there, who is absolutely beautiful, she looks better than even in these pictures. She had to go through a lot to be with me, and they will, if it's the woman truly wants to be with you, she is going to take every step and every effort, because what my woman has to go through to be with me, because she's part of the military in the engineering, but she doesn't wear the uniform. But she had to get a lawyer to get permission to leave the country to be with me. And she hasn't asked me for any money. She did this all on her own. The same thing with her English lessons. She never asked me for money. She went from 1 English lesson a week to starting 3 days a week immediately. But so to see that, to understand that, to know that A woman is not going to want to wait a year or 2 years or 3 years. If they're telling you that, it's not real, and you have to just trust in that it's not real. She had to, like I said, she had to get a lawyer. She had to fight to make sure she could get the time off to come, to leave the country, to have those days with me. That's a real woman. That's a woman that's saying, I want my man. And she sees I'm making the effort, but she's making, I think, even more of an effort because what she has to go through.
Yeah,
So it's amazing.
thanks for saying that, Billy. And you're absolutely right. And by hearing the difference between a real story, which is yours, and these other stories, the one that you're mentioning, I think we're talking about the same one because, guys, Billy and I didn't even talk before this live stream. This is it's all raw and real, this whole series. This other situation just came to light for me too. And my heart is literally right now. Yesterday, I looked up the details and it's breaking for this individual. My heart is absolutely breaking because I know not 99.99%, I know 100% he's being scammed.
Yeah, that's how I think so.
And it just breaks my heart. And so that's one of the reasons. And again, I thank you, Billy, from the bottom of my heart for I know we have this deal, right? We have this deal of full media coverage with the no wife, no pay, but I still want to thank you because it's profoundly significant. It's going to make a profound difference. That's my fervent hope. And a lot of men's lives that just because, we can get it, but we don't get it, right? And that's a lot of these guys. They think they get it, right? Or at some level, surface level, they get it, but they really don't get it. And yeah, so okay, well, let's keep this more positively focused. And Edward has a good question. I'm just going to put up now. How can you say it's love without meeting?
It's a tricky question. How do we know love? I think everybody feels it and experiences it differently. Um, when you are when somebody's making an effort to be with you and you're on video with them and she doesn't speak a lot of English, but she's getting much better and she's making that effort. So when we're on video with each other, it's eye contact. It's how your heart feels. It's the emotions that are being shared. Yeah, I can't touch her. She can't touch me, but you're sharing everything else you possibly can. I know on my videos that you guys were watching that I looked maybe nervous or it was like I was going through like an interpreter, not an interpreter, like I was asking all questions and it seemed like very dry. And it probably was because for me, I was learning how to communicate on video. It's something that you have to learn, whether it's through a dating site or like what I'm doing right now. It would have been much easier to sit across the table and have a glass of wine. And maybe that's what some people should do to loosen up a little bit. But if you are sharing all of yourself with somebody and you're talking and communicating in videos and in text, you're going to know that you have this connection. You don't have to touch them to know, that you have to be together. She told me, and these are her words, not mine. She knew the first minute that we were on video that I was her man. She was already claiming me just in those first few minutes because of just how she felt when she looked at me. She said how she looked into my eyes. So don't always feel like love can just only happen once you're together in person. Loving feelings can start, from day one. You just have to be open to it. Everybody can't prejudge like how something is supposed to happen. Just open yourself up and let it happen. That's the most important thing is you just have to let everything happen. Share, be honest, share your lives. She sends me pictures every morning. From the time she wakes up, she's sending me good mornings. During her day, she'll even make me videos of her walking around their office. In the evening, she'll send me pictures and videos. If you're sharing all that, you're a part of each other. You might not be physically together, but you're together. You're still sharing your lives, and when you know it's the right woman, and when she knows it's the right man, it's what she's willing to do for you. So if the woman is willing to do that much, I put that, and then the man being me, I'm going to put that much effort in. why can't it be love? Of course, I love her. I love everything that she's doing for me. I love the way she makes my heart feel when we're talking, uh, when we smile at each other. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on. There's no words. So when you know it's the woman, you're gonna know, and love is gonna build. And you know, what else is there?
Absolutely. Hey, this is a great time. Let's play this video that she sent you, that you sent me, guys, so you can get an idea what Billy's talking about, how she looks into his soul, or like it's really true. Check it out.
You touch my heart, you touch my soul, you change my life and all my goals, and love was blind and then.
Now, how can you not love that?
Jeez, I'm even like tearing up and getting
Yeah,
moved by this.
and
Like,
I didn't
like
it's nothing that I ask for. She does it because she feels that connection. And when she looks at me, guys, like that, it is like, how can you not feel that? You know, and it's real and it's sincere. And that's how these women are if you let them in. And I get videos like that and I cry, you know, it gets me emotional because I don't expect it. I never expected it, you know. You dream about it, you want it, and that's your goal that you set. But then you get these videos and
daily, right?
daily, every day. She doesn't miss a day. And you know, they're always different. But like the one you just showed is so very touching because that is how she looks at me. And that's not just her eyes, that's coming from her heart. So of course love can happen over the video because you're sharing your lives together. And I'm 100% sure when we're together in person, and she's 100% sure that it's going to be the best. So, you know, don't be scared of it. You know, don't put labels on it. But like, how can it be love, or how can it not be love, or how can you know? Let her look at you, share yourself, look at her the same way. Don't be scared because this is a real journey. The journey that I've taken is a real journey. And I think, yeah, of course, it is mine to lose and it's hers to lose. We all can make a misstep in any relationship, whether it's with a person from your own country or a different country. There's always going to be a misstep in every relationship. It's how you deal with it. And that's what I've learned. That's what I'm learning to do, is how to deal with it. But we haven't really had any missteps, which is good so far. But I'm strong enough in knowing that how she feels about me, that no matter what happens, I know we're gonna get through it because we take the time to talk about it, even though there's still a little bit of a language thing going on between us. Sometimes you don't even have to talk. Just look how she looked at me. She wasn't saying anything. She was just looking at me, and sometimes that's enough right there. Just
looking through you,
through me,
you.
through me. And
okay, so
me.
the next comment question is a real mind bender. Okay, for me, it's going to be for you, sure shooting. So, in a poll we did this week, Billy, guys believed in you and Arena that you're a match. 38%. So 38% believed in you as a match. The other didn't. So 1/3 approximately. But this is the part that, okay, I want to get your feedback on this. So 11% said, I'm skeptical, once bitten, twice shy. Okay, that's 11% voted. The question is, do you think Billy and Arena are a good match? Are you ready for this? 29% said, I'm worried she could be a scammer. What do you have to say to that?
I don't know where they would get that from. First of all, I think Joe and his team do a wonderful job in talking to the women also and preparing them for their journey. So there is no scam involved, at least, you know, from what I can see from my own experience. And what would the scam be? I think it's, if somebody's saying it's a scam because they've probably been scammed before, or they're not letting themselves open up to the experience, or they're just listening to other people. No, it can't be possible. And you have to block all that out and realize it's not a scam. If you're looking for love, and if you're taking this route to do it, don't automatically think it's a scam, especially when you're dealing with great people like Joe and his team. It's it's not a scam. I mean, she has no reason to scam. She wants love like I want love. And she chose this journey because of things in her life that I know. So you have to learn about the woman. And the more you learn about the woman, you'll know that there's no scam involved. For her, and I'm just going to use Arena's point of view, she doesn't have the opportunity. She was burned in her relationship that she had previous. So then she focused on work, and she's in a field that is dominated by men. So she decided to try to look outside the box, like I think all of us are looking outside the box. Since the normal routes, we just didn't find what we were looking for. So she came in a different way of looking at things, and I came in a different way. And here we are. So what is there to scam? She's not scamming me. She hasn't asked me for anything. I know the difference between scam and no scam, probably because of what I've went through before. And I think guys get so used to being scammed if they're on those pay-per-letter sites or pay-per-video sites that they don't know, they lose sight of reality, what's real and what's not real. But this is real, guys. I can tell you 100%, there's no scam involved. And if the woman is willing to take all these steps like she has, for me, getting a lawyer, learning the English, learning the language, she's taken all these steps. Where's the scam? There is none. She doesn't need to come to America to be with me. She's not looking to escape or whatever the case may be. She wants love. And if you're looking for real love and the woman's looking for real love, there's no scam. There's just emotions and feelings, and you're going to know it's real, but you have to be open to it. If you keep on going back in your head to, to the other sites and the other scam sites and the fake, then you're never going to move forward. And again, it all comes back to putting that foot in front of the other. You have to forget what you've been through before, learn from it, but don't judge every, woman the same way, because you'll never move forward if you keep doing that.
Beautiful, Billy. Thank you. This is a great comment this is from Gregory, who wrote in the comments that he doesn't believe he's seeing signs that this is not true. It's like staged. He wrote, Gregory, please explain that, by the way. Somebody could actually think this show is rigged or staged and not true, 100% transparent reality. Okay, please write, Gregory, explain, because that just doesn't make any sense. But I love what he wrote, though. Love is absolutely a choice, guys. And when you have two human beings that are mature, remember, this isn't their first rodeo, right? They've loved, they've lost, they've been hurt, they've been down in the dumps for years, like looking for the right person, a serious person, a person that you can choose to love, that you can trust, guys, will love you back and stay committed to you back, be faithful back. They're both looking for that. Love is a choice. You choose your partner every morning when you wake up. You choose. It's a choice.
And it is a choice, because we also make the choice to go on video, as much as possible each day. We make that choice to text. But so, yeah, love is a choice, but it also isn't an emotion. It's a mixture of both, because how can you have love without emotion?
It is emotion. But here's my point.
But there is a choice.
It is a choice. And that marriage and love, when you're married, not every day, not every month of every year of 10, 20, 30, 40, some people are married 50 plus years, right? And you ask these wise souls that have been married a long time, not every day do you feel like you love your partner, but you choose to love them through these valleys, because life is a valley and then a mountain, a valley and a mountain. And love right now, it's a choice. And when they meet each other, of course, guys, they will, that's a huge step, the meat, right? And what happens and the chemistry and all of this. And it's usually a very big question mark. I will agree to that. Usually it's almost like a 90% or 80% question mark. But Billy has a rare special situation with his lady. Billy and I, of course, I know a lot more than I let on here from Billy's story, but they have something special. And I can completely understand why Billy says, yes, I am in love now, before I even meet her. I completely get you where you're at. And I hope you guys that are watching see and believe that this is absolutely possible. So the next thing from this poll that we did, where 38% of guys believed in you and Irina, that we're a good match. Just reading down, 48, so 29% said, I'm worried that she's a scammer, which I just wanted to ask Billy's thoughts of that, because that is one of the most ludicrous things I have heard, but it just shows to go me again in the most profound way how our past, we live in life going forward, looking in the rear view mirror, because our feelings control us more than you guys want to admit. Even us logical thinkers, engineers, accountants, scientists as such, we're governed by our emotions. So the fact that 29% of you guys think that Irina can be a scammer, it's just you're living. You that voted that way, you need to know that you're living life going forward, but you're looking in the rear view mirror. You're allowing your past, because you were scammed in your past. I guarantee you voted that way. You were scammed in your past. But I just implore you, you can't get anywhere that way. You can't go forward looking in the rear view mirror. How soon do you get to crash your car if you're driving looking in the rear view? You're only looking in the rear view. You imagine, guys, how long until you crash that car?
That's you see that I'm reading this message from James, and I gotta disagree wholeheartedly.
Falling in love with.
How would you feel if you were going to meet a woman and she had 5 men as backup to fall back on? I mean, that's unrealistic and it's not real. In a different time, in a different day, even when you would maybe go, I've been to Ukraine twice. But I didn't talk to the woman for 5, 6, 7 weeks or 2 or 3 months to give it time. If you focus on 5 different people, do you want the woman that you're going to be with to be focusing on 5 different men? I mean, is that realistic and is that fair? Would you want to be treated that way? I'm investing the time now, and she's investing the time in me to talk and get to know each other and build that connection. So for me, I'm not making a journey saying I'm going to, lose or I'm going to fail. I'm already a winner. I'm already a winner because of what I'm sharing, what we're sharing now. So if I'm going into it positively, I know what's going to happen when I go see her and when we're together. So why do I want to have backup? Does it make me a man? I think it makes me less of a man to say, oh yeah, I'm going to have 3 or 4 other women as a backup. That's foolish thinking because you're not looking for love at that point. I'm going to be with a woman that I feel like can be my forever love. So that's making me more of a man. I'm confident enough in myself and confident enough in her and trusting enough in her. Hello, Anna.
Finally, I'm just like, I cannot. I was so frustrated reading this comment. I cannot ignore. I want you to answer. I think guys who is having backups, who is, focusing on dating many women at the same time, they honestly, that's what I've learned from you. They're not looking for love. That's true,
It's true. It's true.
It's entertaining, I don't know how you can be successful if your attention is split between several women, especially with Ukrainian woman who is super sensitive about men being how to say, they worry about, like, they feel if man not enters them, they will not fight for the, if they feel that he split his attention, because they go through this stuff of, big competition and men not being faithful, And this is like their programming. They want to see if man, really into them. And if you date several women, they're very intuitive. They feel this. This is
Yeah.
not something that they need to find out in your telephone. They know this. And we have even that relationship that didn't work through, because when man before was coming to Ukraine and meet several ladies, and he make his top 2 choice, and then when he left, he continued, for example, develop relationship with one lady, and another was on hold. And when he come back, when relationship didn't work with this first lady, when in time he come back to this another lady, she already say sorry. She don't want to be number 2. She don't want to be number 2. She she likes this man very much, but she felt already like it's bridge burned already.
Yeah.
And this is super bad that guys don't understand. Now, the way we do matchmaking, this is it works much better, because you have distance introduction with one lady at a time. And also lady, we know if she's in relationship with men, we don't introduce her to other men. So it's real opportunity for guys and together to be focused and make it work, your relationship. And this is fair.
It is fair. And like I said, any man that is saying, oh, I want to be with, have 3 or 4 women as backup, you're never going to be successful. But I also say, would you want the woman to have those men? Just you want her meeting 4 or 5 or 6 other men? No, you don't. You want to have your one. So don't do something that you wouldn't want her to do. If you're looking for real love, focus on that one person, and that's when you're going to find it. That when you open yourself up to it. If you're spreading yourself all over, and the woman's going to definitely know. Women are, especially Ukrainian women, are instinctive. They'll know that she's not the only one. If you're coming there to meet somebody else, they're going to feel it. They're going to test you. They're going to ask about the time you're going to be spending together. Don't
treat people how you want to be treated.
Yeah,
right?
Don't be tricky. It's not a trick. If you're trying to find love, don't be tricky or sneaky.
Treat people how you want to be treated. If you expect women to be faithful to you, why would you play these games and take chance on a woman that you like in a relationship?
I'm in 100% and she's in 100%. So why do I need any backup? I know what's going to happen. If you take the time and open yourself up and let the woman be the woman and you be the man, and it's there, you don't need any backup. And it's not fair. Just don't do that. Maybe you're used to talking. Maybe these men are used to talking to many women on paper letter sites or whatever sites. But it's just not fair.
Having backups, yeah.
It's not fair.
This example, not only your couple. I see also other couples who has very good established relationship in distance, where they invest in a lot of time. One couple was talking to each other every day 3 hours before they met, 5 weeks. So imagine if you invest so much time to get to know person, if he come. And yes, by contract, he can meet other ladies. But as soon as she arrived to him when they meet in Kiev, she said, if you're going to meet other lady, forget about me. And she's right, what's the purpose? If man interested in dating other women, that means I'm not his choice, So why would I, continue? No, you're mine. Everything good in this couple. So,
don't expect the woman to invest herself in you if you're not going to invest all of yourself into her. It's unrealistic, and that kind of thinking is going to keep you unhappy because you're not going to find your happiness.
Yes, I agree. Thank you for the comment.
Thank you, darling. Anna, surprise, it's guest number 1, surprise guest number 1. So she's going to actually analyze Billy and Irina's compatibility using our matchmaking systems that we use at Match Guarantee. But we did it after the fact, not before. They found each other just in a natural, organic way by dating other ladies, right? But now it's pretty exciting too, the results. You'll see, Billy, coming up. Okay, well, thanks for that, Billy. I completely agree with what you're saying. Just my 2 bits on Anna covered the topic really well, but I will just say, of course, I'm man too. I understand you dudes saying, hey, what's that? No backup plan. That's just crazy. And I agree, but I disagree. It all depends, guys. If you're on paper letters, or, I mean, of course, guys, I had approximately 50 dates and some relationships, right? Some of those turned into long-term relationships before I met my unicorn, Anna. So I get it. And I had periods where I had a date, and then another couple of days later, another date, and then another date. So I get it. But the huge difference, the discerning difference here, guys, is that I wasn't in a relationship for what will be almost 2 months before they meet, right? With the level of communication, the level of being all in on both, from both sides, I didn't have that. Well, actually, I did have that before I went to Ukraine. Sorry, I actually did have that. It was my first relationship in Ukraine. Billy, I mentioned that to you when we were talking on the coaching call. And I only met with her. We video dated about every day, every second day for about a month or so, maybe 6 weeks before I went. And I just met her. And then when that didn't work out, I dated somebody else. But it depends, guys. And you all out there, you're used to this very superficial online dating from PPL sites. And that's why you're brainwashed. Honestly, you guys are brainwashed. Backup plan, not 1, but 2, but 5. This is an entirely different situation. And I think you guys that are somewhat mature really would get that.
And if you're on those, I'll just throw that in there. If you are on those sites, and if you are on the pay per letter sites, pay per video sites, whatever, and if you are going to go to, well, you can't go to Ukraine right now unless you want to risk your life, but you could. But back in the day, or if you're meeting someplace else, yeah, of course you're going to set up 5 dates, but just realize those 5 dates or those 5 women, they're not real. They're most likely 99.9% not going to be the woman that you're going to be spending the rest of your life with. So you could have your 4 or 5 so-called backups, but those backups are going to be just as bad and not as real as the first one. So what are you really trying? What are you really looking for? What are you going for? What the process I'm going through now is I with Match Guarantee, with Joe and his team, met an amazing, beautiful, loving woman. We have an amazing connection. So I'm going to be with one woman because of the process that and the journey that I've taken. And if you can be man enough to do the same journey, you won't need that 3 or 4 backups because you're going to know before you walk out the door to jump on the plane or go to wherever.
Billy, what would be a great question for you right now is maybe you could share with guys, if I ask you the question, have you gone to Ukraine before with many backups and dating many ladies? When you go, it's the intent. I know I'm going to meet so 5, 6, 7 women. Have you done that before, and how did it turn out?
I ended up single, right? Here I am right now. It did not work out well. My first trip, I tried to do the speed dating thing and had dates with more women than I can count on my hands and toes. Did I find love? No, because I didn't know those women. I wasn't given the opportunity to get to know any one of them in particular for a long period of time. So, of course, I ended up leaving with no woman. I had dates. Sure, you can have your 5 or 6 dates or 10 dates or as many as you want. But if you're not investing in one person, you're not going to find love. The second time I went over, I actually did meet in person a woman from one of these so-called dating sites. And she was as fake can be. And in the end, she even admitted to me after day number 2. And it was the only good aspect of it. I was there with 2 friends of mine. We went to Ukraine for a totally different reason. I just met her just because it was an opportunity to see for myself about this particular site. Were they real, or were most of the women not real? Guess what? Was not real. I can tell you 100% from experience that I met a woman in person from one of these dating sites. And after day number 2 of buying her gifts and taking her to nice dinners, she outright admitted to me that she had no intention of falling in love, being in love at this time in her life. And it was all set up. She said she didn't even really know me. She didn't write the letters to me. This is her words to me. Look at me square in the face. And she spoke perfect English. that she did not write the letters. She, even on the video chats, because there was no talking, it was just texting, she would just sit there. So it was, for me, it was more of a like, wow, I figured it was like that, but now here the truth has come out. So guys, don't, you could still have your 5 or 6 backups. If you're just using those dating sites, you're still going to come up short in the end. You might have maybe a little bit of fun, but it's not going to be love. If you're looking for real love, you're looking in the wrong places. I'm here to tell you, I've did both. I've been in Ukraine. I've tried to speed dating, and you're still not really meeting real women. And you don't have the chance to really get to know anybody. If you're meeting somebody in person from those sites, I got news for you. It's not real. There's maybe a unicorn. Joe likes to say there may be that one unicorn out there, but out of them, thousands, are you really going to find it? Not on those sites. So do yourself a favor and save yourself some money, because it's not real. I spent a lot of money, and I was my worst enemy for a while, because even after that, I still jumped on the site and I'm like, I know you guys are all lying, but yet I'm still spending money. So I was just as bad. So learn from me. I was just as bad. I went, even knowing the site was a scam, I went back and I talked to some people, just because, maybe out of loneliness, maybe out of just, when we start doing something, it becomes natural, like you just do it over and over again. But finally I learned, by talking to Joe and his team, and I sucked myself, they sucked me out. They pulled me by the hairs out of the rabbit hole. So if you get out of that and start this journey for real, if you really want to find a woman that's going to love you, you have, like Joe always says, fishing in a pond. It's a good analogy. Fish in the right pond. Know the type of woman that you're going to be talking to, you're going to be getting to know that she's just as invested. When I started with Irina, it was instantaneous. You saw how some of my other dates went. We can talk about that also. She's going to be traveling by bus, because actually she could not get a train ticket to Krakow. So she is going to be going by bus, which is going to be a long journey for her. And she's willing to do that for me. During the war, she's taking chances also, because she's in Ukraine. So she will be taking a bus to Krakow. So her journey will be hard on her. So that's how somebody says, love. And that's a choice. That was her choice. But it's a loving choice that she's doing for me. Just like I'm going to be getting on a plane and flying over there. That's a choice I'm making for her, for us, because that's how we're going to be together. I can guarantee you, none of these women that maybe you've been talking to for 2 or 3 years, or you're talking to on these other paper letter sites or video sites, or wherever you may be talking to them, they are not going to make that choice for you. They are not going to get on a train or a bus and travel. It's unrealistic. They might tell you and say, hey, or they might ask you for money. Give me money for a train. Give me money for the bus. And you might do that. Guess what? If you go, you're going to be sitting in the hotel room by yourself, kicking yourself, saying, what did I just do? Because these women on these other sites will make up every excuse and try to make you out to be the bad guy when they don't show up, or they disappear for a while. And then you question it. Then they'll tell you, I've had it happen to me. Oh, my grandmother's in the hospital. She had emergency surgery. It's funny how all these relatives come out of the woodworks. I could have sworn you said you didn't have your grandparents. They died years ago. All of a sudden she needed emergency surgery. And that's why, you disappeared for a while. So, learn from somebody else's mistakes, learn from mine. If all you guys were giving me advice, take some advice from me and take a real journey.
Billy, I'm just blown away by how you've changed. You're just so wise now. You still talk a lot, but it's good because it's wise, it's centered. It's like, holy shit, I'm blown away, really blown away. I think you're going to take over my job after this.
I'm only talking a lot when I'm by myself. If you notice, when there's somebody else around, I'm very quiet and
very wise words, guys. I hope you heard Billy. And he's the beautiful thing about Billy's advice right now. He's speaking from experience. He'd been there, done that, fucked it up, spent $43,000 as his, lessons, and now he can save your guys' butt, help you guys dodge a bullet, as I always say. So really, I hope you guys heed. So I got something cool here. Do you guys want to see how effective matchmakers you guys actually are, the viewing public? I have the poll results of how you guys voted when we polled you guys. Do you think Ekaterina, Natalia, or Irina are a good match? Yes or no? So let's just take a quick look at that, okay? Just as a bit of a break here. Let's take a look at the pictures, and I'll just read it to you. You guys poll results, because I think the result is pretty cool. So the first one is Ekaterina. Let me just find her. Just in 30 seconds, 1 minute about Ekaterina, Billy. When I put her picture up, honey, can you help me find Ekaterina? We have 100 different images in. I hope I didn't delete them. 100 different images here. Looking, honey, for Ekaterina. I think I found her. Yeah. Here we go. So you guys voted on Ekaterina. 17% of you said you thought she was a good match with Billy. Ekaterina, 19-year age gap. Just quickly, Billy, about Ekaterina.
Very simply, I knew that it wasn't gonna happen. I know she said that I was talking too much. Again, we'll both have different choices about that, but I knew it wasn't going to be a good match. We exchanged contact information because we did have a nice first call, but I was still learning when I was talking with her. I think she said that I was trying to talk to her too much, but actually we had the first video call, and the only thing I was trying to do was get her on video again and trying to keep it going and see if there was that connection. And I couldn't get her on video. And then when I did, it was just pretty much to say goodbye to each other. So it just wasn't there. I wasn't probably feeling it 100% myself. But it happens. You're going to, make mistakes, and you're going to feel yourself along the way. There's going to be one maybe you feel connection with, she doesn't, and both. It just, you learn.
Yeah, when you think of it this way, hey, Billy, if you hadn't have made all the mistakes that you had up till now, you probably wouldn't appreciate Irina and the connection you guys have as much. Fair to say?
Most definitely.
Yeah. So you guys voted 17% that they were a match. And then Natalia, here, you guys voted for this, Natalia, you voted only 7% that they're a match. So tell us a little bit. You guys never exchanged contact with Natalia, right? How did it go?
No, we didn't exchange any contact. I didn't expect to exchange any contact with her either. So this is, I could tell you, there was no connection between her and I. She was a big city woman, and she had super high expectations, and I'm a different type of man. So there was going to be no connection. She's not a bad woman. I never said anything bad about her. But again, it's just learning, and that's what's good about the video calls. You get to know pretty fast, whether or not there's going to be a spark or a connection. We're not bad people. We're not meant to be together. I'm more of a small city guy, and she was a big city woman and needs a big city guy.
So you guys voted only 7%. That was your lowest vote for Natalia, and I agree it was the least match. Yeah.
Well, I don't think I probably wouldn't have even exchanged information with her because I knew there was no connection. But I always let the woman. I would let the woman choose first.
Right. Yeah. And then I think the last one, other than Irina,
she was the first one.
Anna.
Yeah, that was the one I called the Ice Queen, and that was mainly just because I could not. I think I tried a little bit, but I just couldn't get her to smile. And to me, it was more like I said, an ice queen, because I felt like I was talking to a piece of ice, like there was nothing there. So it was to another guy, she might be perfect. I mean, it's all the first impression, first connection that you have. So she wasn't perfect for me. For somebody else, she might be perfect. She might open up and be a butterfly, So I'm not judging anybody. It's just for me, she was ice, you know, it was a cold feeling.
Yeah, just not a good match at all. And it
No.
was obvious from the video date.
Yeah.
All a learning process of discovering the person that is your best match, your ideal match. Maybe your soulmate, right? I mean, guys, we all know that's a long shot, but that's what we're shooting for, right? Soulmate, actually.
That's why we're here, right? Isn't that what we all want?
That's the end zone. I mean, that's the touchdown, right? I mean, some of us don't make a touchdown in life, but that's certainly the end zone of life. Find your soulmate and spend your life with her, or as much of it as you can. So you guys are actually, the point I want to bring up here is you guys are actually pretty decent matchmakers. You see, this isn't actually, truth be told, rocket science. It's a matter of trial and error, you know, knowing who you are, what you want, not giving up on yourself, not settling, as I have said in this video series. Billy didn't settle. He knew what he wanted. He knew his value. And look at the result, right? So speaking of which, share with us, if you could, your first and second video dates with Irina. How did they go? And they were on the same day, right?
They were on the same day. Some guys were confused about that. I saw one comment. The man said, "Oh, he's wearing the same shirt from the first call." That it was the same day. She was so excited about our first video call that Joe had contacted me and said she wants to talk again. And I thought he meant the next day. So I was thinking it was going to be the next day. And all of a sudden I get a message like, no, it's like now, like they're waiting for you. So our connection was that intense that she had reached out immediately afterwards and she wanted to exchange contact information. But because of her English not being perfect, and she's constantly apologizing for that and asking for me to be patient, and I have to reassure her that I am very patient, and she's getting better every day. But she wanted a second video call that immediately. So when Jana had the time, which was fairly shortly after our first call, we had our second call. So they were fairly soon after on the same day, and it got better each time. I mean, I'm sure hopefully all you men were able to watch the videos, and the connection was almost instantaneous. And that's where you'll see the difference. I dated younger. I dated older. Is it an age thing? I don't know.
We'll get into that, Billy. Just hold off on the age gap thing. That's a big part of this live stream, actually, because it is the number one mistake that guys make. It's the number one mistake. It's the number one mistake that causes men to fail. So we're definitely going to get into that. But could you share just like, how did you feel in that? Because you guys watched, you guys got to see Billy and Irina's first video date and then second video date on the same day. And just share from your side, Billy, how did you feel? I mean, we saw it. We could see the connection. We could see her just beaming with smiles and and at the end, call me. It was so cute. Call me. She kept calling me. It was so cute. I mean, from your side, how did it feel, that great video dates 1 and 2?
It was just amazing. I mean, just thinking about it now and talking about it, it warms my heart. And I think I even said it in the video, like it was so warming to me. And to find out that she was going to start the English lessons from 1 a day to 3 times, I mean, once a week to 3 times a week, that just blew my mind. So from each video, from the first to the second one, the connection got stronger and stronger and stronger. So, you know, who's to say who's going to be that right one and when it's going to happen? It's going to hit you like lightning bolt. And that's what it was. But I also took advice that was given to me, and I slowed down and I stepped back and I became more of a listener, because as everybody knows, I can talk, and sometimes I'll talk through the person rather than talk with them. So I slowed down, I listened, I absorbed, I spoke when necessary, of course. But that was the biggest thing for me, is the communication, and she loves communicating. So people will say I'm an over communicator, I'm an over talker. I met my match, because she absolutely loves to talk, but not overly. So we're like, for me and her, we are a good match, because we're in sync with each other. And she is so excited about being together in person. So you learn. I don't know how many guys have went through these video calls, but you have to do it to understand. And don't be scared, because learn from me. If you can learn anything from me, is just be relaxed, take those first steps, and just talk. Just let the woman talk to you, because she's going to open up. It's like I say, from a cocoon, you know, you have, and it opens up and there's that beautiful butterfly. And that's what the woman's going to do when they feel that you're their man. They just, they open up into that beautiful butterfly or a beautiful flower from like the first days of spring opening up. And that's what Irina did with me. And then she also slowed me down, where I wanted to slow myself down and listen to her and learn about her. And that's when the connection really started to grow. And to see her excitement, I mean, you all see her. She's absolutely beautiful. But her beauty comes from inside. Of course, she has beautiful outside too, but her true beauty shines from her heart. And that's what connected with me. So if you let the woman shine like they're supposed to and like they're willing to do, you're going to have what I have. And I know what I have, and I know what I'm going to have, hopefully forever. I can't wait to get to Poland. And there was a gentleman left a comment in there about a cultural difference. He's going to Poland. I thought he said in a week. You don't have to worry about it, because I don't know if you're going to meet a woman or you're just going there for yourself, but it all works itself out. You just have to just be relaxed. But me and Irina's conversation, the first two were amazing. And I did learn, I did learn from the previous ones, and I slowed down. I listened to her. I opened myself up to what I needed to. And here we are today, and for people saying, I'll just throw out there about it being staged. This is as real life as it gets. There's no thing staged about this at all. You've seen my journey, and hopefully you'll see more of my journey, because I will be in Poland in a little over 3 weeks. And I will share everything as openly as possible, because this is a journey that I'm willing to share if it's going to help. And hopefully it will help others to, take that step forward. Don't be scared. Don't be a sayer. Isn't that what they say? Don't be a sayer, be a doer.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, we can all be Billy's critique, his critic. But at the end of the day, the guy that gets off his ass and goes there and makes his dreams come true, that is the true hero in my book. There is a comment in here about it's our regular viewer, contributor, Juan, a wise man, I can say, because he's also on Ukraine dating. And I would like to pull Anna in. I will step back. Anna will come in, and Anna will answer this question. So, honey, what the question is that do Ukrainian women favor the sporty man, the guy that's in shape, over the guy that's not in shape? How big of a difference does that make? Because, Billy, you and I are, well, I was going to say we're kind of similar in that we're not really gym guys. I'll be honest.
I think I'm looking pretty good right now, though.
You're looking, I'm sure, probably better than me, because I really packed on the COVID pounds. Our daughter just come in. She wants to steal the show. She always does. Isn't she looking beautiful today?
She's very beautiful.
She wants to show her earrings.
Oh, wow.
See her earrings.
Very beautiful.
So let me get you in the camera here. Oh my goodness, I'm melting. I'm melting my heart. What was
I will say one thing before Anna jumps in. Ukrainian women do not judge as much by what they see. They want to feel what you have inside you. I have learned that. They want you to take care of yourself, because if you're taking care of yourself, they see that also. But from what I'm learning, I'll let Anna speak for herself since she's a Ukrainian woman, but they're not as judgmental about what you have on the outside. They want to feel what you have on the inside, but they also want you to be healthy. They want you to take care of yourself, because if they're looking to be with you forever, they want you to be around for as long as possible. So try to be the healthy person you can be. I'm more healthy now than I was, almost 2 months ago. So be the better you. Ukrainian women, they want a good man, but they don't go by looks. I mean, they want to feel you and they want you to be healthy. So try to be, they don't want this big guy, but they'll take you for who you are and they'll help you become a better you. But they're not going to judge. They're not going to not love you or love you just because of how you look. And I mean, it's in man's nature, more of a man's nature, to look at the woman's beauty, probably first on the outside. I think we all do that. We're all our worst enemies when it comes to that. But you got to take a step beyond that and see and feel, who they are inside. Feel that connection. See what you have in common, because you might find that the one that you might not have thought was your one is your one.
Yeah. So I actually done very open answer on this question in my live stream yesterday. How chemistry, unfold and how to create it with Ukrainian women. And so if you haven't watched it, please watch it. It's a lot about client experience, making, you can learn a lot from this live stream. But generally speaking, yes, not accidentally we have in Ukraine joke that man should be a little bit more handsome than a monkey. And it's fair mostly for mature woman, who is at her mature age, understand, that attractiveness on a man, this is not the main thing for working relationship. Maybe younger generation, yes, they have like more, they hire SMV and they want everything to, be perfect. Yeah. In this maximalist age. And you remember yourself when you was like in 20 plus.
Sure.
But the older we become in this age for, right to create family, the more down to earth and mature, we become in our expectations. And I will answer on this question with the words of our ladies. When they see profile with not very attractable physically man, they say, I'm still interested to have introduction. Maybe he's very smart, or like I want to know his personality, That's how they answer. Like, if those ladies, also, you need to understand, this is like, in order to be successful in long-term perspective, you need to kind of choose lady the best for you. It will work if it will be +2, in SMV rate. If you go too far away, like +4, I mean, it possibly you can get, but the thing is how reliable it will be, how it will be in time, like if you go, what her age, if she's been, under influential of her parents or like friends, if they will be all time tell her you too good to him or something like this. You don't want this, you don't want to, you want to feel like it's a fair match, from both sides, that you kind of on the same page, you good, you can add value to each other life, and this is from both sides working, this is not like she's adding value to your life but you feel like you completely not deserve her,
Yeah,
this is, yeah.
I would say also with Irina, I think she stopped aging like many years ago because she doesn't look her age, and I'm looking at my value, like what do I bring? But she reverses that on me because she says I'm everything that she has been always wanting. So she adds value to myself. It made me feel better about myself, more confident.
Yes, and that's how it should work. It's exchange of energy. It's not when it will be never a case. And this is what happened to guys who is using PPL, talking to ladies. It's always he's here about himself and she's here. She's on pedestal. And this will never be a match,
Yeah, and they pretty much tell you that too, that, they're better than you. They're doing you a favor by talking to you, or, and they just lead you down that road it's an endless road that you're never going to come to an end.
Yeah. So overall, I believe guys who, due to the way how they look in the West, if they don't have chance, they have pretty good chance dating in Ukraine. Okay, don't understand me wrong. If you completely like out of, out of shape, like, you know, you're very fat or something, you still can be successful. We have guys who, you know, got married successful, but they have so incredible personality that, you know, it's not possible not to fall in love with them. But still, it's always, you know, for women, like, why is that? You know, like, she's Ukrainian culture. I have to admit, now living in Mexico, it's pretty much healthy culture in the way they eat. You know, they take care about you know, the way they look. It's very important. And again, this is should be matching. You know, if your lifestyle eating more healthy food, and then you meet man who is just eat all time, how this calls, like McDonald's, you know,
Yeah,
this
fast
kind
food.
of food.
Yeah.
It's also like, you know, it's like he wants to go out and he wants to go to McDonald's, and you never eat this food. You know, this is not something that you want. It's like also not matching. And guys who just eat those kind of food, you know, like they basically they don't take care about their health. You know, it's expressing their love to themselves. And Ukrainian women make big conclusions about this. If he don't love himself, how he know how to love other person, you know?
Yeah.
Like, from small things she makes big conclusions. Okay, don't understand me wrong, Joe eats sometimes, you know, but in our family it's always like children don't allow to drink Coca-Cola or something like this, you know. And they're like, I don't, if he has craving, it's okay, you know. But major food what we eat, it's what I cook, you know, it's more healthy, you know. We have like spinach salad and everything. So I don't know why. Yeah, because why I talk about this, because this is connected to the physical look, you know, and
Yeah.
physical appearance. But there is always will be more important for Ukrainian lady. You know, we have clients who had, you know, problems with how they look. I mean, like, really, it's not just not attractive. It was like, it's called rabbit lip or something, you know. But the level of charisma, you know, of the and confidence, those men help them to find wife, you know. Everything here, you know, here your. And if you super good looking guy but super shy, it's a problem. It's a problem, because she wants to feel she's live Ukrainian woman in high feminine energy, and she wants to be with a man. It's like plus and minus. Yeah, she wants to be with a man with a high man's energy, you know, in him, manly
Yeah.
energy. And if she feel like, you know, he's a little bit like a woman, you know, she's not attracted. So, but yeah, so this is the thing. Inner qualities will be always more important for Ukrainian women than the way guy look.
Yep.
And even I can add more that some women, they will be escaping super handsome man who's put a lot effort in the way he looks, because they will find this, imagine, even feminine when her man really take care. And another thing, subconsciously she will be escaping this man to be in a relationship, serious, long term, because it's like, you know, in Ukraine, big competition, and many Ukrainian women, they would better go with a relationship with the average looking guy, because they know that, like, he will have less how it's called when, like, other women try to provoke you or run after you, you know, like,
Yeah.
she will feel less in danger being with him, or like because of infidelity things, because
Yeah.
it will be, yeah, it depends on person value, of course. But if she had in her past experience when men cheat her, she would be it will be the case that she will be looking more for average looking guy, because it will help her to feel more safe next to him.
Yeah. That the guy's not going to leave her.
Oh, sorry, honey. That was rather abrupt. Thank you, baby. I misclicked here, but thank you. Wise words right from the Ukrainian beautiful lady herself. I just want a few tidbits in there is that we did an article on our blog called Why Ukrainian Women Like average guys. And it's the opposite. It's the opposite. So a lot of guys think, oh, I better hit the gym for a couple of years or sometime before, get in shape before going to Ukraine. There's no need to delay your journey to get in shape. I never did. I never got in shape, and I never delayed. The truth be told, I haven't been to a gym in 20 years. Now, I'm not saying that's a good thing, believe me, but I'm just saying, you guys need to understand these are not Western women. They're completely different. And it's actually, as Anna said, can be actually to your a disadvantage to be a, too much of a sport guy, of a gym guy. Okay. I didn't want to beat a dead horse about that, as they say. Let's get into this one next. So remember this one, Billy, age doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we actually did a live stream with Billy because we've done many of them, because a little bit of a backstory on Billy as well is that he was a contestant in our a contestant in our Who Wants to Marry a Foreigner reality TV show. Audition. We did auditions. That thing never got off the ground, but he auditioned. And this is what I want to take a look at, Billy. And this will be interesting for you, I think, too. Now, kind of hindsight, with hindsight perspective, is that let's look at the girls you first chose back then, your first 10, and let's see how you've course corrected, because this is a huge part of your success, Billy. And I think you get that at this point, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So just, taking the comment off there. So let's take a look at the first 10 ladies that Billy chose. This was over pushing 3 years ago, pushing maybe 2.5 years ago, was his first 10 ladies section. So I've got a video reel here, if I can find it. Excuse me 1 second. And we'll take a look at it first. Okay. And then I'll be right back in about a minute. So what do you think when you see that 28-year-old Tatiana at the end there? I mean, when you watch that now, what do you think?
See, we did that, I was still being pulled out of that rabbit hole of the PPL and video things. So I was still in the mindset that younger was better, and it's kind of hard to get out of that mindset. So seeing all those X's, it kind of makes you realize, like, wow, what was I thinking back then? Like, I was going after a 29-year-old or a 28-year-old. That's like a 1 in a million. And even if you do get it, that 28 or 29-year-old, is it really going to last?
That's the catch and release, baby. The title of this video is Catch and Keep versus Catch and Release. And just not to steal your thunder, Billy, but every man, including me, that goes to Ukraine on this journey has to come to this realization of his limits. And it's not that you or me, because my youngest relationship was with a 25, 25, 26, 28 actual relationships. Okay. But keep in mind, I was 50 when I went to Ukraine. So, guess what? I learned the hard way. Those are catch and release. But the thing is, I was able to catch, but understand later I had to release for one reason or another. It just wasn't going to work. It was a release. So that's what I mean. Every man has to, and it's a really one of the trickiest slippery slopes of this journey to be successful. Because some guys will catch them, and it's a catch and release, but they will be deluded to believing they can keep her. It's going to last. It's going to end up in marriage, and then it's going to be a happy marriage. But it's a mind fuck. That's all it is. And guys get mind fucked because of the PPL scams.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was in it, so I know. So my first choices show that I was still in that mindset that those women were really going to want to be with me. Now, you know, take the time to get to actually know somebody. Maybe there could be some chemistry, but you have to start thinking realistically and get out of that PPP thing and say, okay, what are my values? What are my values, and what am I actually looking for? Catch release is how you put it. 25, 28-year-old, and if you're in your 50s, I mean, think about it, 20 years later, where are you going to be? You're not going to be with that woman. You realistically think of life, not just about the looks or the age or anything like that. Like, what do you see your life? How do you see your life? And for me, I was unrealistic because I was still caught up in the PPP letter writing thing, and all these beautiful women want me. They're 22, 25, 28 years old. They're writing to me. They're sending me their pictures. They're telling me that I'm so handsome and everything like that. So there's a word for it. I'm not going to say it on here, but it's kind of like mind something. So it's in your head that like, wow, like I can get this at any time I want. All these women, they're telling me that I'm handsome, and they're 25 and they're 26, and you know, they want to be with me, but they're just saying it to keep you sending the money and keep on doing the things. And then your reality hits and you're still going to be sitting alone, which was me. Even when I went to Ukraine, I dated women from all ages. Like Joe said, you know, he dated younger. I dated women from 23, I think was the youngest, probably up to 45 or whatever. Try to figure out which one was real and which one wasn't. You know, I'm not saying the younger ones were bad, but realistically, what am I going to do with a 23-year-old? But in your mindset, you're so caught up in hearing these great things about yourself, and who doesn't like to hear good things about themselves? So, I mean, yeah, I was shooting for the moon. I was shooting past the moon. And that's where I learned. You have to be realistic, but also you have to find what are you really looking for, because if you're on those sites, you're not looking for a real relationship or real love. You're living in a fantasy, and the fantasy is costing you money. So when it comes to cost, like what is the cost to you? Do you just want to sit on a site and just spend money and not get any return? What are you getting in return on your investment? Because that's what it is, and it's investment in your life. You could spend $20,000 on a paper letter site and live in some fantasy world where it's never going to happen. Or come to Joe and his team and let them work with you and talk to you and show you quality women and make that investment in yourself, and it's going to pay off. I am now going to the most beautiful woman that I could have ever hoped of being with. When I say beautiful, I just don't mean on her outside, a woman that has a loving heart. So, and the more you invest in yourself and get away from, you know, those other sites and realize, you know, you got to go from fantasy to reality, and everybody's got to find the reality. And if you find your own reality, the world, what does that saying? That the world is your oyster, and it's true, but you just got to wake up and be a doer, you know, like me. I'm a doer. And
you are. Thanks for that little bit testimonial there. Yeah, thank you, Billy. It really is, you know, about comparing and understanding what are your possibilities, right? Really, what's possible, what could be your reality, and not wasting your time and money playing in fantasy land, because you alluded to the cost. And I would suggest to you guys that money is nothing. Money can be easily made again, but your time, no amount of money can buy back 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, all the years you lost dating low quality women, not serious women, and just spinning your wheels, wasting your time dating somebody that you wouldn't marry. It's a waste of time. If you wouldn't marry this person, and you can come to this conclusion pretty quick, 3 dates maximum. Everything after that's wasting your time, right?
Yeah, I definitely wish I would have took a different turn 3 years ago, because who knows where, I would be now.
But you only waste, I mean, I think, Billy, from my personal opinion, you could say I also wasted time. But you know what? In hindsight, God understood that I needed to learn some lessons, and I needed to heal from a damaged heart, for example. I need to learn some lessons. I need to grow as a person. So I don't look at my time before I met Anna as wasted time. I was in Anna preparation time.
And I can almost say the same, because Irina had just joined with you recently, and so I had to get to this point. I had to become a better me, and she's making me even more of a better me. And we came to the road at the same time. So
exactly, you met at a divine point in both your lives where you were ready for each other, just like Anna and I. If I had met Anna when I first came to Ukraine, I would have failed. It just, the why is another story, but I needed to get ready for Anna. I needed to become that person that attracted her. And she also similar things. So it's a divine timing as well. So next question here. I'm just looking at my question list here, and seeing this live stream is going to go a long time, but it's good. It's a goodie. And guys, please vote if you haven't already. Do you believe Billy and Irina's relationship will stand the test of time? Please take the poll now. There's 62 votes. Appreciate that, and we'll tally it at the end. Okay, it's a good question here. Do you believe? So, yeah. So age gap. I think we've covered that. Do you believe that you can fall in love over long distance without ever have met the person before?
Yeah. I mean, it's happening right now for me. So, but again, it's all about you and who you are, and you have to be open to it. If you're closed off to the fact that you can't, then you won't. I mean, it's however you look at life, and I open myself up to it. So if you're investing the time, as we just talked about, investing time in a relationship, you can fall in love. Why not? You're loving the person, and you're loving what you're sharing. It's your choice, as we talked about, to spend time with the person. It's your choice to be making the efforts. For me, it was my choice to better myself, to listen to advice, to listen to criticism. So can love happen over distance? Of course. That's why we're here. If you didn't want love over distance, you'd go down to the coffee shop and sit there all day long, and hopefully you would be wishing for your love to walk in the door. We're choosing different paths. So you have to believe that love can happen from a distance, or this journey isn't for you. Love can happen thousands and thousands of miles away. She told me instantly she knew I was her man. She knew the distance that was between us. She knew that it was going to be a lot of work for her to be able to get to me, for us to be together. But she knew. So if she knew, of course I was going to know. So positivity draws positivity.
Like attracts like, and you guys are very similar. Well, Anna's going to show how similar you guys are later by the matchmaking tools. But would you say you're very similar to her?
I would say so. I'm very compatible. Very. Mm-hmm. She brings out the better part of me, and I know I'm just beating the drum to be with her, because I know she's bringing so much out of me. She's making me a better person. So once we are together, I mean, I think when there's earthquakes around the world, it'll probably be around the 22nd of April, probably, because we'll be together, and it's going to be, the world will shake, because that's the positivity.
Exactly. And you're both positive. And the thing is, you went into this with the intention of looking for your soulmate, your love, your life rest of life partner, right? And you both had that belief, common intention. And guys, I've said to you on the channel, if you've been following me, that is everything. If you don't have that, you won't. This experience Billy's had won't happen for you because you don't believe it.
And
Yeah.
she told me that it was her time. You know, she, like I said, she just recently joined. She had those couple of, I think it was 3 years pause, and then she knew that it was her time. And, you know, her time is my time, and now it's our time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Will the wedding be on here as well? I can guarantee you that.
Wait, hold on 1 second. 1 second. I'm ready for this. Okay, please answer.
Yeah.
Complete with sound effects. So we all want to know, Billy, are there wedding bells in the future for you guys?
In my head, I would say that, I mean, of course, I can't be 100% as of this second, but I know that I have found a woman that is completing me in ways I never thought possible. You always have fantasies and dreams in your head, but realistically, I was like, would I ever find that person that truly connects with me in the way that I need? And can I do that the same for her? Because it's a give and take. You have to both, you know, complete each other. I can see myself with her for the rest of my life. The happiness and the joy she brings to me every day. When I wake up, I know when I reach over for my phone, there's going to be this loving message from her and that beautiful smile. I want that when I wake up in the morning. I want to roll over and see her next to me and see her smiling and sharing that first kiss in the morning. She tells me the same thing. She tells me she can't imagine life without me now that I'm in her life. So, of course, who wouldn't want that forever? So, yeah, there's that. Wedding bells. All I see is great things. And the more positive you can be about yourself, you know, just be positive. Everything, guys, most important thing I can give to you is positivity. And the journey will take you. Just follow it. But yeah, I'm about 99% sure there will be wedding bells. Yeah. And she, from what she tells me, I think I said when we were talking the last time, she would ask me to marry her now. I think she is ready to ask me to get married. But of course it's a man's job,
So let me ask you just a wild question. Have you had thoughts of when to pop the question yet?
Yeah, I've thought about it in my head. Of course. I mean, you know, there's rings being looked at and maybe being brought to Poland. So who knows? You know,
Woo!
I'm
Oh
gonna
my God.
I'm gonna be going with the feeling.
Starting to sweat.
I'm gonna be going with the feeling that I have because I know what she's giving to me. So who knows what's gonna happen? I know we're gonna have 5 or 6 amazing, wonderful days. And we both decided to let everything just happen naturally. And I think going through this journey, you just have to don't force anything, just be your natural self. And when you have that natural connection, everything's going to happen naturally. So I mean, I've shared more with Joe about what's been going on in the relationship. But naturally, letting things happen natural is always what's going to be best. And I think for the long term, for a soulmate type of relationship, letting things happen naturally and don't overthink yourself too much. Have expectations, but don't set the bar so high. But with me and Irina's relationship, it's different. The bar has already been kind of set high, but that's because of what we share, of our true connection. We have this connection that is unspeakable. I wish I could explain it more, but I don't want to go into too great a detail. But what we have is great, and yeah, it's gonna happen. I mean, It's an unreal feeling. When your heart is pounding like mine right now, even just talking about her, you know you're with somebody that is meant to be with you. So again, the whole distance thing can be overcome. I mean, you just have to just be open to it and just let everything happen. And you got to take the journey. Don't be scared. If you're here to find love, just do it. It's just unbelievable. It's a great feeling. And maybe Joe would be.
Hey guys, I mean, guys, what's amazing? Listen, like I said, I'm sweating too because yeah, you know my coaching advice: 1 year to get to know each other before wedding bells. That's what Ann and I do. I practice what I preach. But having said that, do you think I have the belief that hey, when it's right, and it's individualistic for everybody. Everybody, like Billy says, when your heart's pounding at 100 beats a minute, just thinking about her, and guys, I understand this is the butterfly stage of love, right? Love has to mature. You have to understand you have common life value, common values, life goals, all of this, compatible personalities. I understand all of this is yet to be determined, but guys, let's not be party poopers here. Isn't this fucking amazing that you can fall in love like this in long distance? They haven't met each other. Are you guys getting this? But isn't it obvious the level of care and attention and affections, and the fact that he's thinking about marriage and maybe even shopping for rings? I know he's kind of leaving it a little bit subtle.
But also, you have to understand too, and what I want the men to understand is follow the lead of the woman also, which I've been doing. I've been following her lead. I'm a leader, and you have to be the man and show your masculine side. But she's going to lead you, even though you might not even know it. She's going to lead you in the direction that she wants to go. And if you're going to be going in the same direction, it's going to be amazing. So she's already, showing me the signs of where I should be going. She's pointing to me where we should be going as a couple. And it's up to me to if I'm going to be the leader, if I'm going to be the man of the relationship of the family, to read her, to understand her signs, her signals of what she wants and what she expects and what she's hoping for. So I already know what she's hoping for. I already know what she's wanting. I know what she's expecting. So if you have to understand that in a relationship, be able to read your woman, be able to read her.
Billy, I have a surprise for you. She's got to go on another stream in 6 minutes. She just reminded me. I don't know what's going on with time here, but I have somebody here that wants to kind of say her personal congratulations to you.
Oh yeah. Uh-oh.
Yeah. I will go in the background and pull her in.
Well, surprise.
No, really. Hi to you.
Hi to you.
Billy, I want to say to you that I'm incredibly happy that this success came so fast. I did believe, I knew that we will do some work, that you will have some time to change yourself, to change your life, some habits. And finally, you can meet some lady who will also be that talkative and that open-minded, that also will need a friend so much. But it happened even faster than I expected. And I also understood, like Irina, from your first video date, it was very visible. Your great connection, your sincere interest to you. I'm really happy for both of you. And now, don't rush. Enjoy this time you have together. Enjoy your conversations. And all the best for future for both of you. Listen to that guy with a beard. He know how to be interesting with the good advices to our ladies.
So you brought me a long way, and I appreciate all your help. You hopefully you sense my zen now is more relaxed. So that all comes from you. You were very helpful, and I listened to your advice, and I take everything very sincerely and kindly. And you're a very special person to me. I carry you very highly inside. So I thank you.
Thank you so much. And I really was happy that on my eyes, building something really really great. And you was really, as I told you, you was great student and accepted all things without any offense. And every next meet, like, Billy, did you do? Yes, I did. And
Yes.
guys, it's such an example. If you can see this guy, he never gave up. Even after such a, I can say, crushes in his life, he didn't give up, and he got up and move on every time. After all these incredible critiques he had from us, from chat, from everyone, after his unsuccessful tries in the past, any time he tried again with a positive spirit, because he had that great desire and he didn't even thought negatively, like some of your comments which I can read, like, it's too good, it looks too good, never can happen, or you're a dreamer. It's okay to be a dreamer sometimes if you change something inside yourself. So I really wish you from the bottom of my heart, yeah, we have a winner. I hope so. Of course, this is just a beginning of journey, and it like happens so great right now. So I really wish you to save that level of connection and excitement of each other for next, and I believe it can happen.
The excitement builds more every day. The connection that we share is just amazing, and she will not let the connection die. She is in it 110%, and I feed off of her energy, and she feeds off of mine, and that's what makes it so amazing and so wonderful. And we don't doubt in each other. You know, we give each other the positivity. So
It's great.
you
Did
know,
you admit that you and Irina, you are so similar?
yeah,
Like
we
the way you express in thoughts, the way how many talks you need and have, the way of your like request for seeking a friend, not only a partner, not only a lover, but a friend first. You're
yeah.
very similar, and that is an incredible sign.
Yeah, she just, like I said, it's blowing me away. I mean, I knew when that first video chat, and then the second one immediately, and then but I took your advice also, and I started to listen more, and I calmed myself down a little bit, and I'm working on myself and my physique, and
I can
going to the
read, by
gym.
the way. Maybe I don't know. Maybe this is that short looks
I
that.
want to take it. I want to take it off for you, but I won't. But yes, I'm working on myself too, and making myself. I did everything that you said, and
How do you feel about that?
I feel great. I feel great about myself. I feel great about more of what I have now to offer. I was able to look into myself,
Really,
and
I hope you
this is
understand this. Right now, you have this opportunity to take your life of your dream and just suit it on yourself. Just wear this life of your dream. You have first you did some steps out of zone of your comfort, which was absolutely uncomfortable for you, and now you have this chance, and that is really great. And one more question, because I need to go. One more question for you. Do you have next plan? I don't mean wedding. I mean next meeting and plans for future for Irina. Can she, with her work, to travel to you or move to you?
Yes, we were actually just talking about that today, and they just passed a law, so that people that are in the military that are older, that have like high ranks, like she does, that they can
Mhm.
leave. Like she can leave when she wants to now.
Super.
So she got permission to come to Poland. It took a little bit of time for her lawyer to get everything situated, the paperwork. So she is able to come to me in Poland, and then after that, there's just a little bit more paperwork, and if I want to meet her someplace else other than Poland for another meeting, and when she's ready, and she's ready to come to America right now, but
Billy, and now if you
it's
can
it's,
see
it's,
that
it's
when Ukrainian lady interested in a man, she will do everything. What literally everything. She will pay, she will go to lawyer, she will fill this paperwork, she will organize her life. She will do absolutely everything if she want to be with you. And now I don't know, agree you with me or not. I think that these relations are first real relations with Ukrainian lady during all your 2 years, or how much, how
yeah,
many years journey?
yeah, over 3 years, yeah.
Over 3 years. Okay, so this is relations, real relations number one. When lady really feel into you, not playing. And you can see many girls can do this video record like I miss you or something, but
Yeah.
they looking self satisfied, they looking sexy. Irina looks like she's so sincere, she looks into differently, different level of vibes she has,
Yeah.
because
When
they are sincere.
you seen that one video that she sent me, I think you saw that video. That's what I get. And when we're on video with each other, the language is still, she's working on it, and we do it slowly. But we don't need to talk. I mean, it's just when we look at each other, we speak through our eyes, and that's an amazing thing. And for me, I never experienced it before in all my life. And so, but you brought me to this point. So again, I thank you sincerely. And you know, I
My
look
pleasure.
forward
My
one
pleasure.
day you will feel more of the joy. Very
Hope,
much.
hope very much. Okay, my sincere greetings to Irina. Bye bye, all. Thank you, guys.
Take care.
Thank you.
Hello. Thanks, Anna. Good
He
luck in
jumped
your
in.
live stream. Thank you.
There we go.
Okay. You know what? I didn't put it down on my questions, but somebody just asked about if her parents are. Where's the question here? Oh, I just my assumption. The family is already behind her move to the U.S. Ooh, well, that goes beyond my question. Has she introduced you to, the parents, grandparents, siblings, all of that?
She has one son who's 22 years old, and seems like a great young man. He's in college down in Ivana Franco. And he had a girlfriend that actually left because of the war. So they're a little bit, broken up. I don't know that I'm broken up, but they're together, but he's a good guy. And she's told him about me, and he wants my telephone number. He wants my full name, wants to talk before she leaves to go to Poland to be with me. So I think I'm looking forward to that conversation. I don't know how. I'm hoping it's going to go good.
Oh, he's just looking out for mama, right? Make sure she doesn't disappear.
He doesn't want her to disappear. So I will speak to him before she leaves. She was holding off. She just recently has talked to her mother about me, because her mother is she's older, of course. So she's skeptical of the whole internet, getting to know each other type of thing. So she didn't understand why her daughter would have to do that, because her daughter's beautiful. Why do you have to do that? There's like these men here. So they had that whole discussion, and now her mother is more accepting of me and knows that, her daughter has found happiness. So yes, I have taken the family test, and I have passed. So
That's
yeah.
incredible, Billy. And guys, just so you know, this is incredibly fast, like record breaking, like Billy's broken the land speed record here. I mean, before first meeting to introduce the parents and family, it's just literally almost unheard of. So guys, it's a testament. It's about, the pole position flag of true relationships, serious woman, serious intentions. And again, back to the fact that 29% of you guys think Irina's maybe possibly a scammer. Again, it's you're looking in the rear view mirror, guys. Those of you, 29% of you, rear view mirror. You have to, if you're going to be successful in your future, you have to look through the windshield and govern your future accordingly. So happy for you, Billy. That's just incredible.
Yeah, it was blowing my mind. And like I said,
yeah,
her mother's, her family cares about her, so they want to make sure, she's in good hands. So
fantastic. So I would be remiss if I didn't ask, and then I'm going to put the camera over to you and say whatever you will. But there's naysayers about Match Guarantee's price tag for our lifetime matchmaking partnership. So unlimited dating, full team support, and we take that risk until you get married. Not only that, you're a no wife, no pay experiment guy. So basically, yeah, you've covered some of our costs, and then the rest is when you get married. So my question is, your investment of $20,000 with Match Guarantee, was it worth it for you?
Yeah, well, that's an easy question. What I went through to get to this point, like I said, everything happens for a reason, and we take the journey, and we have to get there. So the only way to get there is to actually do it, to take the first steps. I don't even look at it as a price tag. I even try not to even look at what I've spent previous to this, because how do you put a price on a quality woman, or finding and having the coaching and the ability to move forward? So I don't look at it as this price. I probably would have paid more knowing that I was going to be with this amazingly loving, incredible woman. So it's probably a cheap price on what you're thinking you're going to be spending for the rest of your life on the woman you're with. What you're going to waste going down different other avenues and just keep on spinning the wheels. Why not stop spinning the wheels and come on board with people? I mean, look at Joe. He's sincere. He speaks from his heart. Jana, who helped me tremendously, and now she holds a special place in my heart for helping me get to where I am, to be more calm. Anna, his beautiful wife, I've spoken to her. She's been very helpful. So when you have a team behind you, how can you put a cost on that when they're investing in me, and they're going to invest in you? Not these pay-per-letter sites and video sites or wherever you may be talking. They're not invested in you. They're invested in their pocketbook, the billion-dollar industry that everybody talks about. They don't care that they know you're not going to find happiness with them. They just want you to spin. Joe and Anna and Jana and Luba, they're invested. They want you to be happy. They want to find happiness. I know they're happy for me. I can feel their warmth when I talk to them. So I'm speaking from experience. They made me into a better me. They helped me get to where I am. They brought me and Irina together. The quality of women. And like I said, you saw the different women I went. They weren't mine, but they could be yours. They could be your match. But you're never going to know unless you get out of your comfort zone and stop talking about it and just do it. Don't think about a price, because how can you put a price on forever, on your love, on having people with having wisdom and guidance that's going to help you along the way, that's going to pick you up if you stumble. They're going to support you when you need that extra support. When you have a question, when I had a question for Joe, he was there for me. When I was a little confused about how the woman was doing certain things and saying certain things that were surprising to me, he was there for me. So there is no real price for love. I mean, if I had $1 million and I knew it was going to bring me my forever love of my soulmate, would you spend it if you knew you had the backbone and the support of a team around you that really cared about you and cared about your success? And they weren't just doing it for the money, but they're doing it to help people find happiness. In my line of work, I do my job because I love helping people. So it's a different line of work than Joe and Anna do, but it's the same concept. If you love what you do and you love helping people, you do it. And of course you want to make some money from it. Don't do it for free. I mean, everybody's got to make a living because he has to take care of his family too. So don't fault them for wanting to, make some money, but it's not as much about the money as seeing the man and woman find happiness. Anna has Ukrainian. She comes from Ukraine. She wants her Ukrainian women to find happiness. Joe has his beautiful life that he found. So he wants to share it. So don't think so much about price. You waste more every day going out to dinner and having coffee and all this other stuff. Why not invest in your life and your future and get off those other pay-per-letter sites and everything like that and invest with Joe, and you're going to find happiness. So don't think about the price. Think about the rest of your life. Think about down the road and what you're actually going to have, because I wouldn't change anything from where I am now for these last 2 months with Irina. And I know that it's just going to get better. So I don't put a price tag on that. I would spend more if I had to, because of the support. And I feel like I have love and friendship from Joe and Anna and Jana. And it's priceless. I guess you would say that's actually priceless on the bottom line is when you're going to find your soulmate and you have the support and the system in place and you know that they're good women, and you may have to go through a couple of them till you find your one and learn about yourself. but in the end, it's really priceless because you're finding your happiness and you're finding your forever. And for me, I know I found it and I cannot wait to be with her. So just jump on board. I mean, it's just great. Yeah.
Thank you, Billy. That was incredible. Really appreciate your words, your kind words.
Everything I say is sincere from the heart.
I know it is. And guys, I started this this beautiful thing, Match Guarantee. I don't know if you guys know, but my first, I thought their photo was in here, but my first marriage was for free. I didn't charge them one penny. It's a Chinese Canadian man married to, it's Mariana and Pascal. And it's the definition of passion when you will do something for free. And it really is. And my wife, it's even more passionate for her at this point. I'm honestly a little bit wrung out because it is a very energy consuming career. It's all about emotions and you get involved. And believe me, there's a lot of, there's negative emotions too, because sometimes we have situations with clients or with prospective clients and stuff like that. Like we just had to tell a guy recently, sorry, we can't help you. And that's not too often that we do that, but we had to, and that's never fun. And Anna, it's totally her passion. It's totally her passion. That's why one of the reasons I've given Match Guarantee to her as I move on back to my real estate investing career, which is far more lucrative than Match Guarantee. But, we just adjust our fees to pay the bills and maybe in the future put something away for a rainy day, because now we don't put anything away for a rainy day. The company doesn't make enough money, and that's another reason why I'm going back to my investing career is market timing and as such. So I know you guys are shocked by the price increase to 20,000, but it's needed for many reasons. Okay, thanks again, Billy. I wanted to ask you a question here about the language barrier, and then Anna will come on, and I will turn her over to you completely. First of all, how would you rate her English on a scale from 0 being non-existent, 10 being native? What's her English level so we get a feel for it, Irina?
When we first started talking, the very first video date, I probably would have said maybe a 1 or a 2 because she could throw a few words. I mean, if you saw the video, she would throw a few words and a few sentences out there. I think that was mostly just to show me that she was trying, and she did know some English and she could understand what I was saying. But she's making the effort. So now she's taking 3 lessons a week, but she's not just doing the lessons. And this is where it all comes down to, you'll know the woman is really wanting a relationship with you, because she just doesn't do the lessons, but she goes on YouTube and she learns from YouTube, and she gets a book out and she watches only English speaking shows, and she tries to do American ones because in Ukraine, they're taught more the English way. If anybody knows what I mean by English way, there's a, American and there's an English way. So in Ukraine, they teach in the English way. So she watches American shows so that she knows more of American language. So her level's going up. So it's not a barrier because we had Jana to begin with, which was really nice. And after that, it was her, doing the Viber. And then I just actually learned from Skype. You can actually go on Skype and it translates for you as you're talking. And you can either use a voice where the voice will talk back to you, or will just print on the screen. So there are different ways. So language should never be a barrier when you are thinking about going on this journey, because some women know more, some women know less. But if she's, if the connection is there, she's going to make the effort to learn more. And, you use the apps and you get through all those barriers. So we've had no problems communicating at all. It's been not an issue. Not in it. Her language level now is probably like up to like a 3 or a 4. It's not perfect, but she's sentences slowly but surely. And now we have another 3.5 weeks till we're together in Poland. She'll have all that time to learn more. But again, if it's right and the connection is right, you're going to do less talking and you're going to be doing more feeling. You're going to feel it. So you're not going to need a lot of words to be spoken. But yes, we will, be able to talk. We will be able to communicate. And then we have the apps if we, as a fallback. But there's no concerns.
Because Billy, a lot of clients that come to me and they say, listen, I want a woman that speaks English, because if we can't communicate, how can we build a relationship with no communication? And I always try to say to guys, love language, having a similar the same primary or secondary love language is 1,000, not 10, not 100, 1,000 times more important than speaking the same actual communication, talking language.
Oh, yeah,
because
definitely.
if you don't, you cannot learn love language. I shouldn't say that's not entirely true, but it's not very easy. Our love language, it's innate in us. It's how we feel love. If the person doesn't, love is tomato soup to us, right? But they keep giving us chicken noodle soup, we're never going to feel love. We just don't feel it, because tomato soup is love for us. And I learned this personally because I was in a relationship with great person, but didn't speak my love language, and I couldn't do it. After a year, it was doomed, like it was inevitably doomed. And that's what I've personally experienced it. And Anna's going to talk about love language, and you and Irina, and how you have a great match with love languages. And that's why the actual speaking of a language for communication, it's very much secondary.
Yeah, no, but what she also will do is, for at least 2 or 3 minutes a day when we go on video, like we go on video longer, but she wants to take those like at least 2 or 3 minutes, and she practices her speaking her English with me. So that's very important to her also. Again,
oh wow, great.
So we spend like between 2 and 5 minutes before we even start about talking to anything else. She says some words to me, stuff that she learned, and she throws sentences together, and then we go from there. There was a comment that some guy just put up before. I would like to go back to that comment. Did you see that one comment? I wasn't sure if I read it wrong.
Which one? No, I like this one though. If she looks at you in your meeting anyway, like she looked at you in that video, give her a ring.
Definitely.
No, which comment?
There was a comment said something that might have been BS, like what we're talking about is BS. Did you see that?
No, I don't know, Anna. Did you see a BS?
I thought that was a negative comment, and if so, I wanted to speak on it.
You know what? There will always be, unfortunately, a small segment of the population that's just cannot be happy for a person. I
don't think it was negative for me. I think there was something like that. It was maybe this is all set up or something like that. Like we're not being for real. And I just want to say that whoever that is, they maybe shouldn't even be here, because this is real life. And if you're looking for a real woman, this is it. I mean, I've shared everything from day one. This is not your reality television show that, is scripted or whatever. This is me, my real life. This is my real journey. So, if everybody, wanted to see a real journey through this whole process, and with Match Guarantee, this is it. There's been nothing scripted. There's been nothing faked. My real emotions. You've seen how much of a screw up I was, and how I had to readjust myself and become a calmer, more relaxed individual, and be more open to criticism. So yeah, this is the comment. Oh, okay. Well, that's a pretty better comment. I only saw it quickly on the screen. So yeah, I did keep on going on. So don't ever think you can't do it. I threw my life out there. This was my choice. Joey asked me if it was okay, if I would, do this. And I said, most definitely. I didn't know that I was going to get beat up and critiqued as much as I was in the beginning, but I was open to it. There was times I wanted to put up my defenses and fight back, but I chose not to. I chose to better myself. So just understand that I've opened my life up to you. Joe and his team open up their lives to you all the time. But for me, it was a little bit difficult because I did have to be taken to criticism and learn. And there's nobody, I'm trying to think of the words to say, because I'm going back to some of the critique and I got, but There's no person that's better than you or is too good for you. If you can find the value in yourself, the person you're talking to and communicate will also see that value in you, and you'll value each other. So there's no such thing as somebody's too good for you or too much better than you. Unless you have a low value on yourself, and that's what you have to work on and raise your value up to what their value is. So, and that's what's going to make you better.
Thanks, Billy. Thanks for explaining. Maybe adjust the camera. Sorry, with the overlay, adjust your camera a bit. I just want to speak for a second. Thanks for that, Billy, on the No Wife, No Pay program. Listen, it's an experiment because I had to see if it would work, right? But it's my harebrained idea. I literally asked my wife, Anna, I wake up in the morning and I have these crazy ideas. It's not one. I have many of them. Ukraine dating was another one. When I wake up in the morning, it's like, boom. I'm like, what? Is this possible to do? And not go broke, right? So we took the risk on us that we believed in Billy. So if you are interested, if you maybe don't have 20 grand, but you have this dream, that's one of the other reasons is that we need to keep the lights on, and we hope to buy a home someday, right? So, and it's fair. It's absolutely fair. You look at Janice Spindle matchmaking. They're up to $1 million for a match. There is a market for that. And guess who's better than them? They don't have a guarantee. They don't have unlimited dating, and they certainly don't have any lifetime guarantee, right? So we at 20 grand are better than an agency that charges $1 million fee. And that's to meet American women. Okay, so I'm just saying, but that said, if you feel that you really want to do this, your heart is in it, but you don't have the pocketbook for it right now, we're open to talk to you. You can always apply. Okay, the program's closed, but we are accepting applications. So the link to apply is in the description below this video. You can always apply. And for the right person, I personally think we'll open up it again, but it's a conversation between the owner, Anna Ricards, and myself, right? But I think the Billy experience, we'll call it, it's really convinced me, Anna and I haven't talked about this, but it's convinced me that it's something I want to do in the future, although I'm not the owner of the company anymore, right? But it's something I want to do because we can potentially help other guys by doing this, because if you don't have the funds, it holds you back. It can hold you back, right? So yeah, feel free to apply. The description is below. You pay $4,000 is what it is down, which covers our costs. Somebody made a comment that we have no costs. I wish that were the case, but our cost per client is right almost on 4,000. It's increasing now as we go to Google AdWords, and we're advertising now. So the cost base is going to go up, but it's been over the years $4,000, just under $4,000 per client. So Billy pays that up front, and then he pays the balance of the 20 on engagement and marriage. And that's the way the program works. So if you're interested in that, like I say, you can apply. The application is in the link in the description below. And with that said, I'm going to turn you over to who's definitely my better half, Anna, and she's going to go through some cool stuff, which guys, stick around. You're going to see kind of like the behind the scenes of matchmaking, some of the things we do, although in all honesty, we don't always do it in advance. Sometimes we do it after. It's different for everybody. I mean, Billy and Irina just met by chance, right? They just met by chance. And then now looking back, because Anna spent quite a few hours really digging into all with our tools to see, whoa, what does our tools say, how good a match they are? Which for us, it's kind of like, now they just met, but what's the potential to develop into a long-lasting love affair and marriage, right? Because they haven't actually spent time together in person. So Anna will give you a glimpse of that. So with that said, I will say bye-bye for now, and I'll give you Anna.
All right.
Hi again. Hi, guys. Yeah, hi, Billy. So, yeah, I'm excited to share. I will do now like this, maybe, so it will be big. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I can say that not every like man believe, in this compatibility thing, and that you can predict it in advance, and there is a lot of component to it, and but I can say that as our matchmaker, before I will get into your compatibility with Irina, I just want to say that our matchmaker always she insists that guy make their choice from database. She said, I don't know how it works, but somehow man also intuitively can see his match, better than when he do his choice, then we can analyze with using our instrument. But first, man make his choice because he knows whom he wants, and this is like works very magic. We don't know. Like she say, this is like his soul choose his soulmate, and it always the case. Sometimes we, if man open and wants, we can come up with suggestions, but normally it works the best when man spend his time looking through profiles. And I want to ask you, did you feel something special when you look at Irina's profile first, when you add her? What caught you in her profile?
There wasn't many words in her profile, but I think it was more in her eyes. When I looked into her eyes, there was just a spark, just something that said, there's somebody I would definitely love to get to know more and see what was inside of her. So
she's very inviting, in
yeah.
her photos, probably. This is something that men feel, like when you look at the photos, you can feel a little bit energy also of woman, like if she's kind of presenting herself as an ice queen, or she's very inviting and warm, and this is man can
Yeah, that's
feel
what I
and
was feeling
see.
too. It was just a warm feeling. It wasn't like a sexual feeling. It was more like, wow, she looks like she's a warm, loving person, and it turned out that it was correct.
Yeah, so I will be insisting that guys, as a matchmaker support, they first do their choice, because somehow this is like soul's choice that we can always control or came up with the best. So but analyzing your choice, with our instruments, what we can see here, the most popular worldwide book with the 5 love languages. If you guys haven't discovered yet, please read it and implement it in your relationship. It will really help you to understand your partner better and communicate with your partner on his love language, and see if you have common languages as a priority in two main one, right? I mean, sometimes it can be that all 5 languages, like 20% each, it can be the case, but normally we have like 2 that primary, and that's what we analyze if you have common in primary languages. So your Billy primary 2 love languages, it's quality time and physical touch. And Irina's 2 primary love language, it's word of affirmations and quality time again. So here, boom, quality time. And that's what you was like, been asking us from since you started, I just want to spend time before I will fly. I want, I want to make sure, I want to invest time, my time and get in person, because this is the way how you develop your, your love, your relationship, spending quality time. And maybe for some of you this sounds funny, like how you can have quality time in distance, but there is there is 4 components for successful distance relationship, and only one of, not distance, any relationship, there is 4 components, and one of them, this is like being physically close to each other. But other 3 components, it's actually can be in distance or can be when you're together. So like I know from my experience with Joe, when we had our first date, and then next day I went to Germany, and I was there for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. And like on all my way, because I didn't have nothing what to do in the bus, I was communicated like non-stop. I come back to sleep, then wake up, and we start to like chat, and it was non-stop. And then every day when I was in Germany, we had like 3-4 hours on the call, continue to talk. And when I come back after Germany to Kiev, I felt like I come back already, like I knew him on a very, very different level, like
Yeah.
I felt this, we have very deep conversation that allow us, like I come back, was more than just like, first date and first, I don't know, chemistry spark, whatever it was there, for me, it's like everything happened, and this connection we was building, even was in the same city. It happened that we was building it in distance, like for some time. But I know that for me, when I come back, I felt that I knew him on, on very different level. So for me, I believe that you can build relationship in distance in a very, very, very deep level. It depends on how much effort you put in this, and because Irina also has this quality time, it's important for her to get to know person, and this quality time, virtually, but it's still quality time. You have deep conversation, you spend time to get to know each other, you put efforts into it,
Yeah, it's definitely.
And I see it's also one of my love language. And I see sometimes what recently happened, I have feedback from one lady that okay, maybe I shouldn't talk about this, but like sometimes guys in the West, they talk a lot about work, all of this. And when they come on a date and they continue to talk about work, and sometimes lady who has especially quality time, like love language, she starts to feel like there is only work in man's life, and she like question, where is place for her, So when you build this romance, when you build this butterfly period, is to put time into discovering each other, not talk only about work,
Yeah.
So here is the match. And so, Irina, words of affirmation. So please, really, make her a lot of compliments. Say her words of appreciation, wherever, wherever. It's my love language also first. And I know this is like, I know how it's like, it's very hard for her will be to take any critique. This is opposite of when you don't have word of appreciation. But if you will be criticizing her, this is like will make her feel that she is not loved by you,
Yeah.
So this is like, it's what can kill, so be very careful with this, But how, if you want to develop and add more love, more feelings, just tell her more nice words, and this will make your feelings stronger. Yeah, then going to this love code that we use also, it's matchmaking based on identifying person values. So, and it consists from 4 main groups of values, and it's important in this matchmaking tool to see that people have. The best it's when from this 4th group of values, two first one primaries, they have some commonalities and some differences. We have this match with Joe, like we have things in common, it's action, but also we have differences, and that's what make people attract to each other, because you have things in common, but yet you have different things that that attracted to you in person, like different qualities that you admire, and so your match just like that. You have one values in common. It's you both appreciate, guys, stability, you planners, you structures, guys, and that's like for me understandable why she works in where she works, because this is structure, this is career, this is for rules, this is commitment, This is responsibility. This
Yeah.
is all these type of values that are the main for you and for her, you know. This is traditions. This is what you can predict, you know. This is also.
Yep.
So all these values you have, guys, as a primary first in common. That's why it's so easy for you to understand each other. And like when you talk to each other, you like feel that you talk you look in the mirror, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I will talk about this now in a moment. And then second, you have differences. Your is values is action, which is great for men. And they see our guys who register with us, and when we do this, love code, and who is last action. It's the most difficult journey for them, because they basically, what happened to them, a lot of them never come to meet lady, you know, because action, it's what need to be taken to develop relationship, to bring to next level, you know. And if they procrastinate this, you know, because it's just not in their nature, it's super challenging for them, you know. It's super challenging. So it's your second action taker. It's values like spontaneous, it's freedom, it's being very attentive. It's a hunter also, which is, you know, like hunting a woman. Yeah. It's opportunities, action. So, and her second, it's knowledge, it's education, it's different. So this is like magnetic for you, because you have differences here, you know. And like that she's logical, that she's competent, she's into research and some technology, which is like, you know, maybe like she's smart, you know. That's also very attractive to you, you know, in intelligent level.
Yeah.
Anyway, but her action number 3, so it's not far away, it's not last for her. So this makes also your union like very prospective, because if her action will be like last, maybe it will be, you know, like you want to meet already, and she's like, I'm not ready, you know, like, you know. So it's also like you know, you can keep up together, you know, in a
Yeah, the one thing she was talking about, even on our first video call, like she was already talking about our first meeting in the first call. She was already talking about me not coming to Ukraine, but she would come to Poland or wherever, you know. She was already. Yeah.
So she, you know, your how to say this, temp, no, the speed that you move in, it will be comfortable for you both, you know.
Yeah.
So, and then last one, and that's what everybody see, all of us, you know, that you kind of like, you know, woman and man, but like mirrors, you know, like two halves of one piece, you know, that is so similar. And no wonder, because you guys both Taurus, you have the same astrology sign, you know, and this is make this match very very compatible, you know, very high in their compatibility. You have common interests. You see, you know, life in the same way. This union, it's very harmonious in a love, in a friendship, even work together, you know, if it will be the case, you know. You harmonic in all, like the way that you will be interacting. You both earth signs. It's very easy for you, like to, you know, you can start sentence and she will finish, because, you know, you both, you're very intuitive in your relationship.
Yeah.
And what's great about your union, that problems, of course, they will appear in, you know, in any relationship. But what's great about that, you have this ability and skill to resolve everything through conversation, you know, from having open dialogue, you know. And basically and what is also great, that even like her, she's Taurus, but she's at the age of with Gemini, with Gemini.
Yep.
And you very close to Aries, like just beginning of Taurus. And this is also like add to your union, like you have qualities of different signs that those signs also very compatible together, like have almost maximum compatibility. So it's also like from one side you're very similar, but because you're close to the ages of two different signs that also have harmonic relationship, it also adds this like differences to you, that you can be like innovative for each other. You will not be boring from seeing each other all time, like
Yeah.
similar, like no surprise. No, there will be surprises, there will be development. Anyway, for me everything looked like match made in heaven. But
It feels
anyway,
that way.
yeah. And anyway, it's adult to mature people, and of course it's our compatibility give us like better potential, like easier, a relationship will go smoother. But anyway, it's always responsibility of two people to to make it work.
Make it happen.
Yeah. So
Very good.
yeah, I just say like, guys, if they if you have great compatibility, it doesn't release you from responsibility to you have potential, great potential, but still you need to work on relationship, because it's always work. But the thing is that it's enjoyable work for you, or it's something that like make you exhausted because you just like not compatible, and it's make it like more challenging. I know how it to be not incompatible relationship. My previous relationship, it was disaster, being like in manipulative relationship for 10 years. And this was like, wow, But anyway, my soul needed this experience. I don't disvalue it, but yeah, I'm just very happy to see that. And I understand from where, why we see all of, with you together experience your story. And we, you cannot fake it. You feel it so real. And that is why, because like you guys by stars was created by each
I think so. I think it was definitely, we were brought together at the right moment, at the right time, and we complement each other. And it's an amazing feeling.
You guys asked about book called Harry Chapman. Thank you, Joe. Harry Chapman. Yeah, 5 love languages. I mean, in Ukraine, girls very much believe in astrology, and they always like check if it's a good match. But also they know about this book, and many women read it, and they want to.
Said that she read this book, The 5 Love Languages, and I think she does some astrology stuff. So she's into it.
Yeah. It's so it really helping, if you know each other love languages, and and not only know but act
on it. Yeah,
act on it. And
no, it's definitely very helpful.
Yeah. So guys, so that's my conclusion. I'm very happy about this. I'm very excited, and I still when I read comments, I see there is some skepticism or whatever. This is your cartoon. You're free to believe whatever you want, but just know wherever you believe, this is works true for you. Wherever Billy believe. And talking about beliefs, Billy had not very easy journey, not like some of our guys have, first introduction and like, boom, get married, in time. Like we have many couples like that, but super blessed guys, but it's not journey of everyone. And I want to ask you, Billy, did you believe in your success despite of what was, not easy journey for you?
I think I started believing in it more as the journey was going. Because at where I sit now, when I think about it, I had to go through what I had to go through to get to where I am now. So you have to believe that whatever the journey is, you got to finish. You don't go halfway. You got to go all in. And I just went all in. So my journey of being thrown, this is probably perfect for me, for my situation, is having it all out there from day one to where we are now, because it got me the support I needed. I got some critique. I learned some lessons. I was able to make adjustments. So yeah, it was definitely the right thing to do. But I was never going to give up. You know, you can't, if you want to find your soulmate, and unless you like being alone, then you shouldn't be here. But if you are looking for that love and you just haven't did it the right ways before and didn't have the support maybe you needed, I needed that little extra support. I needed some guidance. I needed wisdom. So for me, this has been perfect and amazing. And I think it's great. Like you said, there's some people that will find somebody at the snap of a finger. I needed to go through 1, 2, 3, and 4 to get to where I had to be, so that now I have this amazing woman in my life, and I've learned to appreciate myself more, appreciate her, appreciate us together, and to get that connection that we share. I might have skipped over her if I didn't go through the journey that I'm in right now.
Hey guys, I just
completely agree with this. Yeah.
hello.
Yeah.
I just wanted to play what I see as a big part to their success. And it's just a 1-minute video, but it's powerful. And I'm playing it because I would encourage all you guys that want to be successful like Billy. Really, this is powerful stuff. Be right back. To Anna and Billy.
I took the visualization process from the Apollo program and instituted it during the 1980s and 90s into the Olympic program. And it was called visual motor rehearsal. When you visualize, then you materialize. And the interesting thing about the mind is we took Olympic athletes and then hooked them up to sophisticated biofeedback equipment and had them run their event only in their mind. Incredibly, the same muscles fired in the same sequence when they were running the race in their mind as when they were running it on the track. How could this be? Because the mind can't distinguish whether you're really doing it or whether it's just a practice.
Hey guys, let me just paint the picture. You see, Irina was already talking about the meet in person. You see, her mind was in the future. Their intentions were compatible. Their intentions were serious, right? Irina said to Billy, right, Billy, that I've never been dating a foreigner, and this is my first time. And I already told myself I will only date one man. He will be my man.
Yeah, she said it was one shot, and that was going to be it. And
power. So you see, this couple, they tapped into the power of visualization, and this is scientifically NASA proven, right, guys? This is serious stuff. And this is one of the reasons, just one of the reasons that they're successful. And you guys really, I urge you to tap into the power of believing in yourself, visualizing that this Billy's journey is possible for you, and it will be.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, baby.
No, I mean, you continue with the questions.
Just now I wanted to just go over the poll results, okay?
Okay.
Because we've got two poll results in. And they're interesting. I think they're interesting. Let's take a look. So, so 70, yeah,
3 talkers
70
here.
votes. Do you believe in Irina's? So here we go. So it's still only at 40%, but that's up from 37. So before it was 30. I don't know. We got a tough audience here, Billy.
We do.
Audience. They were at 37%. I remember this, the poll, 37%. And this is believe that you would even be in a relationship with anyone when that's like an actual relationship. So from 37% or 35% up to now 40%. So 40% believe in you and Irina. Guys, you're tough. Why so skeptical?
Just
I'm literally
let them
shocked.
be, Joseph. Let them be.
I'm sure, but you know what? It just paints the picture, because 70 votes is about, in statistics, about a 97% confidence interval, which means that If we polled another 500 people, this is only going to change by plus or minus 5% or so. So this is what the audience actually sees from your show. Only 40% believe in your and Irina's success. And my point is this: it just shows me that your guys, viewers, your frame of reference, your rear view mirror of your past is jaded, really fucking jaded. And it's my fervent hope that by doing this series, but you seeing what's true blue, what's real, what can be possible for somebody like Billy, right? I mean, you look at Billy. Billy's average Joe, like me, average Joe, kind of. So average Joes can absolutely be successful, punching above our weight, outside our zone of success, over the top, right? Out of our league, but yet. And Billy will get married to Irina. Mark my words. And there was somebody, Billy, you should know. I offered a $500. This is how much I believe in your success. I offered a $500 wager. It's in chat. It's under one of the videos because somebody said, no, they're not going to be a success. I said, do you want to? And it's one of our regulars. I said, do you want to bet? How about talk is cheap?
Oh,
That's how much I believe in you and Irina.
And it's going to happen. She's messaging me right now, actually.
Yeah, you disappeared for 3 hours.
Yeah, she's wondering where I am, what I'm doing. Yeah, because she's getting ready we're supposed to go on video soon together.
Let me ask you this, because somebody asked in chat, maybe she's a clinger.
No, she's not a clinger. She's only been in one relationship with one man her whole entire life. She was married for 20 years. She said, I just found out recently, actually, that he's a very conservative man when it came to the relationship. So it was really, she's looking for somebody that is her other half, like somebody that she matches with. And yeah. And then
same as Anna's ex.
And that's
describing Anna's ex. Okay.
And that's how it is.
Many Ukrainian men like that. They were conservative. And that's why ladies open for marry foreigner, because it can be they're more loyal.
She said she could have another man exactly like him where she is, but she didn't want that. So she stayed single for 3 years, focused on her career. Then her son then went off to college, and she said, now is my time and I want to find my love and I'm ready, So everything just came together just at the right time.
And it's very interesting. She works in the area where it's a lot of men. Yeah,
she's the only woman. She is the only woman in her
and
career.
Yet she needs our help. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing, you see.
Yep. But she says, she doesn't brag about herself, which is nice, but she in a roundabout way says she has all these guys around her, but they're not her man. I'm her man. Is how she says it.
Yeah. That's what I mean, experience very conservative man. When just understanding, learning more about yourself, you just understand this is not my type of man. Yeah, I want different. And that's sunny and warm Billy show up here.
That's what she's been hoping for. It's
just good guy, like you say. I'm just good guy. I want just
but she likes what I bring to her, and I like what she brings to me. So we complement each other.
Yeah,
you see, guys, nice guys can finish first.
Yeah,
I don't believe
their time, but
they always finish last. No, and this is the beautiful thing about Ukraine, because I had a question in here I was going to ask you about: do Ukraine women need game to court them? But what I want to say is that I lost my thought there.
I think we need to let Billy go.
What about game? What I wanted to what did I want to this is a zipper. It's zipped in, zipped out. So many questions. I mean, we just don't want to let you go, Billy.
You can ask. Go ahead. She was just sending me a message.
It was something important, but it was a zipper. It'll come back. I hope it'll come back. I wanted. Is it a numbers game? We did a live stream called "Is Dating in Ukraine?" or is specifically though comparing dating in Ukraine to dating, back home. Is it a numbers game? And I just want to, on this thought, ask you, Billy, how do you think it's possible that you dated, how long since your divorce again?
I've been divorced a long time, but my last serious relationship was about 7 years ago.
Okay, so 7 years. How many ladies have you dated in 7 years, if I may ask?
Gone on dates or actually?
Yeah, just on a date. Just a date.
I'm not going to count. When I was in Ukraine, I dated a lot, so I'm not even going to really count that. I mean,
yeah,
probably at least 10 to 15, probably.
Okay. So 10 to 15. And now you dated 5 to meet the one. So just, again, it's the engineer in me. I always like analyzing numbers, right? I can't help it. But so 10 to 15 versus 5. So you only dated half, let's say half or a third, the number that you've dated in 7 years in America, but you found the one like this. And my point is this: why? How is it possible? And we do have clients that date one lady and get married. Yeah, one date. And by the way, guys, these are the guys that are happiest to pay our fee, because they're like, you saved my time. I didn't have to invest my time in all these other relationships. I met one, we got married, and she's, they are ecstatically happy. But I digress. This whole concept of it being a numbers game comes back to my point. What pond are you fishing in? My point is this: when you're fishing in a quality pond of stock of ladies that are serious, marriage-minded, and now I want to turn it over to you, honey, and talk about quality women, and specifically the 3 women types, and why that's so important. Why that's so important. I just unsubscribed from, I left a men's group with about 70 guys a couple of days ago. They've been a pain in my ass for over 2 years. I've belonged to this Viber group because they're about, my point is this: you have 70 men, none successful in 2 years, none successfully married in 2 years, but they're all the players, oh, this girl and that girl. And yeah, they would go crazy at the thought of flying to Poland for one girl. They would roast you, yet you're successful. One girl and success. Okay, sure. You had 4. It wasn't really, well, it was one other relationship, right? One other relationship that didn't work. The others weren't really a relationship, right?
I had the 2 that we exchanged in contact. I think one, Victoria, probably had the most chance of going someplace.
But you had exchange contact, and you actually had communication with them.
With 2, yeah.
With 2. So really, it's really more like 3 relationships, right? So in 3 relationships, you're successful, whereas 15 dates in America over 7 years. So the point is the quality of the lady. It's everything. Where are you fishing? Are you fishing on Tinder, for example? Or are you fishing on Match Guarantee's database, right? Like, it's like night and day. Yep. So, honey, please talk to us about the 3 lady types, or specifically Billy's lady type. If you think she is a woman minus, woman 0, or woman plus, what do you see? And why it matters?
Okay, Jordan, I don't know why.
He threw you right out there.
Huh?
He threw you right in there.
Okay, let's talk about this. I mean, Joseph loves this topic probably more than me. Because this can be,
Okay, honey, I'm sorry to throw you to the dogs like that, as we say, but
we don't have all men.
Anna hasn't been following your journey closely like the rest of us. I mean, she. So maybe it's unfair to ask. So if you want, I can answer. But
go ahead.
No, okay. I can just tell, generally speaking, when you date a woman from scam website, it's normally when men tell me, I know Ukrainian women, they all like so poor, economically. They want you to bring them shopping or like that, They met, not. This is not this is very poor, low quality women, you know. It's women who I don't know what kind of value you need to have to, you know, to do this, you know, kind of activity of scamming people, you know. It's victims who, you know, who cannot find another way to provide to them, you know, other than, you know, scamming people. And I mean, if you talk about high value women, yeah, that it says like, okay, there is 3. If you talk about woman minus, she's at that kind of more like Western woman, you know. You can meet them in Ukraine as well, in big cities, you know, who's concentrated in a career, you know, and you actually, it's just it's very small number of those in Ukraine, you know, still, because it's still very traditional culture. But you know, this will come also to Ukraine. But still, most of them, lady, they, you know, there is always will be priority for them, family and all of, you know, these things. So Western woman, you know more about them than me even, yeah, who is in competitor position to a man, you know, who live in a very high man's energy, you know, like there is not balanced, you know, feminine energy. Balanced, it's when women have like 70% feminine energy and 30% man energy. This is balanced. The same to a man, like when man has 70 men and 30% woman, it's balance, it's harmony, because man needs this woman's energy in order to understand her, you know. Like, if imagine man 100% in his man energy and she's crying and he like, what is going on, you know, like cannot help, you know, like sometimes you have feedback from those men that say, I want relationship with no drama, I just want woman, like, you know, he wants woman who is not live, you know, like a woman but not woman, you know. If you want woman with no like emotion, or then you need to date man, you know. This is very natural for women, being very emotional. So then maybe Western woman will be better for you. I don't know, like if you don't want drama, but then be ready to experience very different type of relationship, you know. If you want a warming, taking care, you know, taking care of living relationship, and then her to be no emotional, this is like not, you know, this package not to it's just not working, it's not exist. So I mean, it's not necessarily okay. If you talk about woman plus, it's a woman who has this balance, you know, energy of femininity, which is 70% and 30% man. So like this man's energy give her opportunity to realize herself. She know how to provide for herself, you know, but yet she's enjoying being a woman, you know. She's enjoying have man next to her who is will appearing as a man, you know, in his man's energy, you know. She love herself, she know herself, she know what she wants, you know, in life. She knows her borders, you know. She's very healthy with her borders. She's not you know, live in victim position. Those ladies, you know, typically, even if she's not a scammer, typically they live with, you know, expectations, and they all time expect, and they expect from everyone, and you know, something, you know, like woman plus, she's like on the side of, you know, what is real relationship is when people give. Yeah, it's not like when you just, you know, take like scammers, you know. They just take everything.
What do you think? Where do you think she is on the level?
Woman plus, definitely woman plus. She has her career, she has love that she, you know, work that she loved to do. She has she's very, you know, high feminine. You can see from the way she dressed, the way she looks, the way she smile, everything. This is like this pure, you know, soft, warm, you know, this energy. That's what make her woman. That give this feeling, you know, that you can feel it through video. You know, you don't need even to hear her voice. You just like look in these eyes and this everything out there, you know. Yeah, and That's saying that, like, okay, Joseph, what you want to add? You want to add something?
I thank you, honey. That was quite a rant. But then Billy brought you back and asked you. Thank you for answering. She's a woman plus. I was that. Thank you, Billy. I was going to ask her the same question. My wife can do that. She goes on these rants. It's
Okay,
lovely.
three talkers meet.
It's lovely.
3 hours.
I want to bring us back to the point. Is
Mhm.
that fishing for women plus, guys, is everything. This whole Viber group that's, nobody's successful in 2 years, 70 of them. It's because they're fishing on Tinder. They're fishing for all these low quality. I'll let Billy have some time because he's clearly looking down all the time. He's distracted by his lady. But yeah, it's just distracting, Billy, when you look down. It takes me off my thought pattern and everything. Yeah. So
Joseph, those guys not looking for love. You don't understand. When you have this multiple desire of,
yeah, thank you for bringing me back to my thoughts. Yeah, that it's everything, that it's Billy has a woman plus, just like you, honey, are a woman plus. And that is huge. I just want to emphasize, guys, that a woman plus is confident. She's already in her, she's already understands what she wants to do in life, like her life's purpose. Often. I'm not sure always, but she's confident. She knows what she wants. She won't settle. Her self-value is high, so she won't settle. Like this Irina, she won't settle for another man that's going to be XYZ like she had in the past. Poor Billy. I see him in the background chatting with Irina. He just can't. You see, he can't focus on shit when she's texting him. He's on live video and he's like down like this. So rude. But anyway, that's okay. I'll let him get away with it. But yeah, I just want you guys to pound it home that the reason you guys are voting only 40% believing in Billy and Irina, which is crazy, should be at least flipped to 60 at a very minimum. But again, the reason is you guys are looking in the rearview mirror and you've had a sordid past, probably with PPL sites. So please understand, you don't know shit about dating Ukrainian women. Billy didn't know shit about dating Ukrainian women. This is the first actual Ukrainian woman he's dated. And Jana keeps pounding that home. And it's his first real Ukrainian woman, even though he's been to Ukraine twice and he's dated many women that wanted to use and abuse him. They're from unscrupulous sites, right? It's like most of you guys. That's what the polls, that's why I love numbers. They tell me the average person watching is like blank. That's what polls tell me. And that's why I like numbers and polls. So bringing you back in, Billy.
She was messaging me.
I know. I could tell.
She had just talked to her mother. I didn't even realize. We had talked about it recently. Her brother is fighting in the war, and he's in the worst area right now in Bakhmut.
Oh no!
And they haven't heard from him in a few days. So her mother's kind of like freaking out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's okay. They heard from him?
Can't get a hold of him. They don't know what's going on with him right now. They haven't heard in a few days, and like he's in the worst part, right, the heart of the big Bakhmut war area. So
my friend, your emotional support on that will go huge because she wants quality time. That's her love language.
Yeah, so she just told me she's gonna go jump in the shower and relax, and then we'll do our video when she's done. She needs to just kind of get out of that mindset right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's the way that we communicate, though. Like she was letting me know, what was going on. She was talking with her mother. Her mother's very upset, and she wanted to feel my support. That's why I just had to give her my support and told her I was here for her. And so we'll talk after she takes her shower. Because the whole war thing.
All the best to her brother. I hope her brother's okay. And I'm just saying, when you go there and in the future to support her on that, because can you imagine if your brother is fighting this nasty war and you don't know, it's got to be. I mean,
it's definitely very hard. It's been hard on her because she sees it, on a daily basis, and she's lucky. She was worried about her son having to go, and then he got, I guess, special permission not to because of his schooling or whatever. So,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
definitely for her to invest in our relationship, even under all that stress of what's going on over there. You
Big
know,
time. Big
it
time.
still shows, it proves to me more, of the type of woman she is, that she can go through all that. And she's still concerned about me, asking about how my day is and, how's my Sunday. And she's looking forward to being on video with together and everything. But yet she's going through this emotional state. So definitely a strong woman for
The
sure.
Yeah.
Ukrainian
And
people, generally speaking, they're very resilient. They're very
Mhm.
resilient.
Yeah.
And what you see, yeah.
Yeah. Just quickly on this comment. Yeah, Cougs, you're absolutely right. A lot of deprogramming from Western feminazis. That's what I call them, because this movement has just gone, feminazism. It's just crazy. And yeah, Western men are so beat up. I get it, guys. Believe me, you guys are so beat up from Western women, so emasculated. But I promise you, if you will just try with a real Ukrainian woman, you will be so refreshed by the encouragement, the love, the support. Believe me, Billy, your beautiful road, it's just starting. It's just starting,
Yeah.
and I'm so happy for you. You
And then
so deserve it.
it's going to be great. It's already amazing. And I'm going to change those 40% to 100% because I know where my relationship's going with her. But she's a strong woman and she's guiding. I'm a man. I'm supposed to be the man, but she's also guiding the path. I mean, she's a strong woman, and I appreciate that too. And she knows what she wants. She knows what she was waiting for, and together we're gonna make it work.
That's what I'm saying. Ukrainian woman, this is like it's very wrong expectation. If you're looking just for like super submissive woman, maybe you need to go to other countries, Ukrainian women, they're looking for partnership. They're looking for partners who will hear, who will be on the same page with you, that things that you will make, things together, like decisions and everything. And nothing, I mean, it's the hardest time in the life of many Ukrainian women, ever. Like you have maybe not your personal involved, but your relatives, your mate, people that you love, they part of this, and when, if not now, if you're in a relationship, you want this man to to be understanding where you at. You want just natural level of compassion or just support, emotional support, be with her there, like
Yeah, that's what I try to do. That's what I'm trying to do now for her.
yeah,
Because I know what she's going through. So I mean, I don't know, but I do know. So it's hard.
And if not now, like, or man into not understanding, when our relationship was just started, I also have like some different challenges, and I remember I was very appreciative about like Joe, he was supported and he was, helping me to, get it through. I mean, it's not always, but life, it's sometimes you have some things happen that you don't expect, you don't ready for, but it's also like, it's good testing for Ukrainian women to see, what he's doing, and to understand if it's your person, because you want men to be attentive to you,
Definitely.
Let's take a look at the next poll, because it's I don't know, wild. It's these polls. I mean, it's blowing my mind. Okay, I'm so okay. Well, you guys tell me, what do you guys think? Okay, so the question is,
you enjoy this poll.
the question is this, yeah. Why do you believe Billy was successful finding and winning over Irina? Simple question, but why? Okay, let's check it out. He got lucky, 22%. Plain and simple, he got lucky. Guys, I want to give you my definition of luck. Luck is when preparedness, and opportunity meet. Billy got prepared. He paid the price, 43 grand in mistakes for one. And then just got scammed and all of that, and had to understand and learn Ukrainian women. And his journey is just beginning, but that's okay. He's on the right track now. So he got prepared. He took the match guarantee opportunity. Well, we had the no wife, no pay. Billy was a hard client to catch, by the way. He was like, no, I'm not paying that. I don't know when. I mean, he was price sensitive. Let's put it this way. He was price sensitive. I don't know his financial situation, and I don't need to.
You know my financial situation, son.
Oh, but I mean,
it was more of for me personally.
Mm-hmm.
I could pay the money.
Yeah.
This road for me turned out to be the better road to take.
And that's a great explanation, because you know what? Being so publicly visible, I think it's for one guy in 100 that can do what you have done. And it's great. It's been a win-win-win all the way around. You win, we win. I mean, we get paid because you win, and you guys watching, you win, the public win. And that was my harebrained idea, no wife, no pay. And it's turned out.
And I'm hoping it's helping people. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, like one client that I was interviewed after we finished live stream, he said, I become a client because in this high, scam industry, you don't know what's real, what's not. I become a client because of this live interview of guys, and I feel like I want to pay it forward. I want to help you guys because I this works for me, and I feel like, I need to give it back, to other people to help, And this is what, why it's so important, especially when you work in this industry, when all agency good, then no problem, but.
And that's why I kind of threw myself out there to say, hey, this is how it really is. This is not just my journey. I'm sharing my journey with everybody. And it helped me because I did get critiqued and criticized some, but also I had the support of the team. So if everybody can see what my journey was, your journey could be faster, it could be slower, but you have this team around you that's going to support you throughout the whole journey. So, I feel like it was great.
Thanks. And then, okay, so look at his perseverance. This I agree with, that it's really high, because absolutely Billy would not be successful if he gave up, right? And he's got tenacity. He's got stick-to-itness. He persevered where most would not. Gone through what Billy has gone through, I got to tell you, he's in I think the 1%ers, but easily for sure the 5%ers, but I think the 1%, he's in the 1%. So his perseverance, yeah. And then match guarantee, of course, your success team, it is pivotal to your success because you had to. And Jana was a great coach. You had Luba. As much as you guys, I don't know what happened, but she's really wise woman.
No, there was nothing wrong with her. I think she's probably great for who she helps. Sometimes just the connection wasn't there. I didn't feel between us, and Jana was a better fit, and she slapped me around a little bit, and here I am.
It was so funny, Billy. When I was watching during the lives last week, when at the end of I think it's your first coaching call, Jana, you're like, you really don't like me. And Jana just kind of ignored it, right? I don't know, she didn't know what to say to that. I mean, Ukrainian people are not used to bluntness like that. They don't know how to deal with it because nobody in Ukraine would ever say such a thing so blunt, right? They don't have that.
I just threw it out there.
I felt bad for you. I was like, no, she doesn't not like you, Billy. She's just giving your. It's called tough love. She's giving your ass a little love kick.
Listen, now we're best friends, so it's all good.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a wrap, guys. I think the comments have even stopped flowing in, and we're pushing 3 hours and 15 minutes. Woo.
Wow.
Comment: Ukrainian women are just honest.
If you find the right ones, yeah.
Yeah, if you find the right one, good one, Billy. Yeah. So I don't know, Billy, any parting words from you, and then we'll kind of close out. Anna, me, you.
No, everything was good. I think this was great, and we're gonna the journey's not over, so continue to watch because there's going to be more to come. I'm going to be in Poland in like 3 weeks, a little over 3 weeks, and it's going to be. It's going to. I'm.
You can't even say
all excited.
It's going to be.
It's going to be, guys. It's going to be
It's gonna be wonderful, and you'll be getting reports, and you can continue to follow my journey all the way till you.
Let's do it.
What do you think of that?
Yeah.
A live streaming wedding? Are you game?
There you go. If it happens, sure. To show the world that this actually the journey is going to be fulfilled and going to come to the end, and yeah, definitely.
Just for you fakesters that are calling us fake.
Just for everybody. You will see me and Irina walk down the aisle, or wherever it's outside, or wherever we do it, and it's going to happen. So the 40% is going to be 100%.
So
you're invited.
April 21st or 22nd in Krakow.
The 20th. Yeah, correct. She'll be there the 20th. I'm going to get there a few days before just so I can adjust the time difference, and then she'll arrive. But she's going to arrive late. So I told, even though she she wants to be together immediately, like I said, listen, because her bus, she's coming by bus, which is amazing. She couldn't get a train ticket. There was no train tickets for that date. So she's taking a bus journey all the way from Kiev to Krakow. Her
14 hours, right?
Yeah, at least 14 hours. And that's without any delays. So she doesn't arrive until 9 p.m. over there. That's if it's on time. I'm assuming it's going to be later. But she does not want to be alone. She wants to be together. I said, listen, we'll spend a little bit of time together. Because I'm thinking it's late. There's not going to be any place really to go out to eat or anything. So we'll spend a little time together. I said, I want you to go to bed. Get some sleep. Recharge, and then we start fresh, the next day. So I convinced her of that. But I have to do it in a proper way because Ukrainian women, as Anna knows, can take things one way. I say it one way and they can mean another way. Like because she's so into, what she wants to happen. And I'm like, well, you're going to be tired. I want us to enjoy every moment together. So let's just spend a little time together when you get there. Go get a good night's sleep, refresh, and then we'll be going at it on the 21st.
I have a question, Billy. How about tickets? She bought it on her own?
All on her own. I've offered, and she has refused me at all turns.
Yeah, I know. But Joseph, how to do? You see, they refuse, but then, they kind of...
Yeah, I've already coached Billy, but this is good coaching live anyway. I've already texted him this, but
guys need
it's really important. A good girl will refuse it almost every time. But what you do is you just want to be suave about it. So you either have to send her Western Union and just send the ticket. Like if you're remote, just send the ticket. Here you go. It's Western Union after the fact. Just do it and send the ticket. Or if you're there, which you will be, you just put some cash, slip it in her pocket and say, I'm not talking about it. I'm taking care of your ticket.
I've kind of already told her that's probably going to happen. I said, I'm your man. I'm going to be taking care of you. Yeah, cool. So it's all going to be good. But yeah, no, at every turn, she's always no. But she will also, but in talking, she also does talk about wanting to feel the support of her man. Like she wants to feel like she wants to feel vulnerable, and she wants to feel like a woman because she has had to be so strong for so long. And the relationship she had previously was so not right for her, but she stuck it out for those years. And over the last 3 years, she's had to take care of herself to be in this man's environment. And she wants to back away from that. And she does want to feel.
Guys, I just want to add here, like, again, all right, I lost my thought. It's very important on this point. Like when you just okay, remember one thing, Ukrainian women, they taught, even if you go to different public, like about relationships, psychology, it's everywhere, like woman always understand about man by his action, and doesn't matter how, like, nice words, it's very good, but it's always like in a very public, like marry man that who his words and his action match, like always like look at these things together. And I understand it's very big confusion for guys, like women say no and then you try to anyway give her money. But trust me, if you will do this in the way that just do it, like not like not throwing her, like that's why I asked Joseph how, like, advice on that, maybe just like be strict, be confident about it, just just do it, later she will appreciate this, like will add points to you, because she will feel taken care of, not just by words, but really by your action. And this is golden. And that's, I understand guys just don't get it, because maybe in the West, if women say no, this is no. In Ukraine, when women say no, it's like yes and no. It's no.
Yeah.
It's like no, because I'm good. Yeah, I just don't want to like feel that I want to take advantage of men, but yes, it's because I want to feel taken care of. So like it's always like you need to read it through and know the rules, know the
read
rules.
between the lines a little bit.
Yeah,
honey, I'm gonna put you in the background. I'm just gonna give Billy some man-to-man advice.
Okay, maybe I will go cook dinner or something.
Okay, make borscht.
Okay, no, I will have read.
I'm hungry.
No, I am too. Okay, Billy, good luck. We're super excited for you. Like, oh my goodness, like it's a happy story. And yeah, we'll be updated.
From Poland.
Live wedding. Will be super something.
Cool idea.
Cool idea. Thank you guys for your.
Okay, in fact, Billy, they have a joke, right? Like that the good wife, of course, she cooks borscht every week, right? And even like it's a joke about a divorce. It's like a bad divorce joke. Is like, why he divorced me? I cook borscht every week for him. But it's so funny and it's so true, guys. Anna makes borscht every week. If she doesn't make one week, because it's really a great food, it's like the healthy McDonald's. If you're hungry and you have no time, which happens a lot in life, right? You just warm up the borscht and boom, it's faster than Uber Eats can deliver you McDonald's, right? It's really great. Okay, Billy, I just wanted to cover this topic. Listen, you're the man. I'm talking to you, and you've already booked the hotels. You've talked to her about the tickets. You're going to take care of the tickets, all of that. I just wanted to give you a little bit, like paint a bit of a picture on what are you doing in Krakow. So can I just ask you, what's your plan? Just to give you some coaching. What's your plans? Like when she arrives, set the stage. What's going to happen?
Like I said, the first night that she arrives is going to be late. So I don't have anything planned because I just want her to get rest. That's my own.
I understand that, but I mean more like other things, anything.
Well, yeah, she's big into museums and galleries. So that's high on the list of going out sightseeing, going to the galleries and the museums. And she wants to see the artwork and the culture and all that stuff. So that's one of the main things that we'll be doing.
Okay, that's good. I'm not really talking about that. Okay, so I'll just come out with it. Are you planning on giving her a big ass bouquet of red roses?
Oh, yeah, there's gonna be flat. She's big on sweets, so the sweets are gonna be there in her room already for her.
Nice.
Flowers are gonna be there already. But that's why I'm getting there also a couple days earlier, so I can have everything all situated when she comes and arrives.
Nice. How many red roses?
I think there's gonna be 23.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Odd number 23, huge bouquet.
Yep. And there's going to be chocolates there and everything like that. And I might even
maybe chocolates from home even is a good idea. Like
bring them from here.
Yeah, from or some trinkets. Okay, that's great. That's the main thing, because it's this first impression when you meet, right? And the whole stage, the more you can deck it out for romance, the bigger,
Yeah, the bigger romance is going to happen on the second day.
Okay.
That's going to be. I got a lot of stuff planned for
So you have plans for the next day. Okay, great. Like romantic plans.
Yeah, more romantic, and I'm already looking for like a nice Italian restaurant because she said she wanted to try more Italian.
Great.
So it's going to be a romantic atmosphere, and I'm already talking to the hotel to get advice on places to go, and then I'm calling places. So yeah, there's already planning going in. Excellent.
Fantastic. Because I'll just say, guys, I want to share just a very recent client that just got back from Europe, and he bombed. So they'd been communicating for a month, and not like Billy, but still they've been communicating for a month. He went to see her, and step by step, bit by bit, he killed the romance. I mean, he didn't create, let's put it this way, he didn't create any romance. Romance has to be created, guys. And if you just do nothing, and for example, they walk around first day, right? And they're getting hungry. And he asks her, so where do you want to go? Guys, you can't do that with Ukrainian women. You need to learn the basics. This is like grade 1 pablum feeding basics, okay? But he didn't watch Ukraine dating. He didn't. I mean, we have so many training videos and yada yada, but he forgot, didn't learn, or whatever. So then because we think in our culture that's the gentlemanly thing to do, but that's unmanly. And she replied, well, we could just go, to Safeway and buy some food. Because why? She's a good girl. She wants to show him, like, she doesn't want to choose expensive restaurants. She just wants to show him that she's frugal, right? I mean,
now did he choose to go buy the stuff, or did they?
So they did. They went to the Safeway or whatever, bought food, and went back to somebody's room, which is another. Don't take her back to your room. I mean, I think you guys are probably different, but
yeah, we got a little something else going on.
They didn't, and it's like, okay, so that's a mistake number 2. So imagine they're sitting in the room eating whatever they bought from Safeway or whatever. It's not romantic. It comes across as cheap. The Ukrainian women read into that. He's not going to take care of me. He's not really romantic. There's nothing. Anyway, the point is he failed to create romance. And guess what happened? After 3 days together, she messaged him when he's at the airport flying home. You're a very nice guy and all that, but I just didn't feel the chemistry. I'm sorry.
Yep.
And he's a successful guy. Very successful. Okay. Why successful men do stuff like that, I don't understand. But anyway, he was very upset. He needs to be explained to what happened. Of course, we talked to her and stuff like this. So you see, guys, I just want to, again, edify Billy. He's doing everything right. Now he's doing everything right. That's why I asked him. That's perfect. He's going to create great romance. He's probably going to pick her up at the bus station.
Yeah,
with flowers in hand. Yeah, with flowers in hand, because that first moment, flowers in hand, more chocolates back on the bed in her room. You've done the great chivalrous thing, right? So she has her own room for however long is necessary. One night. And because that takes the pressure off, right? Because you always want to do that.
Yep. No, I wanted just to be off, relaxed and everything, especially that first night.
Exactly. So let's see some comments coming in. Yeah, man makes 100% all the plans. And I mean, you can be just polite by saying, I've booked a reservation over at an Italian restaurant. You're gonna love it. You like Italian, just like that, like a head nod kind of thing. You like Italian, not. Do you want to go to an Italian restaurant? No. I've already taken care of it.
So you should do your homework already beforehand. You should know what she likes to eat, what she wants, what she wants to experience, if she has anything new she wants to try. Because that's what I'm doing. That's my advice to any guy is find out ahead of time. So you're going to know. I mean, if you're meeting the woman, you should know what she likes.
You see, Spencer obviously doesn't know Ukrainian women at all. You see, because he makes the Western argument. And Spencer, you got to learn. Gotta learn, my friend. Learn like Billy has learned. Safeway food in a motel room. Yeah, exactly. How romantic is that? No wonder he friend zoned himself.
Yeah.
Literally, she said, we can be friends. Yeah. And she's a good looking woman. I mean, fresh bouquet, odd number roses. His plan is to wow her. Yeah, you see, guys, one more time. Let's look at this. Okay, we should probably finish on this because this video should melt any man's heart, really.
You touch my heart, you touch my soul. You change my life and all my goals. And love was blind.
That makes me like
such a scammer. Oh my God, what a scammer.
that whenever I
29%
see
of you
that,
guys.
it like makes me melt. Like I get teary eyed too. Like it's just crazy.
Not me, man. Looks like a total scammer. I see pure scammer, man.
But I get those videos, you know. But that's a special one, and that's what touches my heart, and that's what warms it. So
Yeah, absolutely. Billy, my friend, I want to close off by saying, I'm really man to man. I'm proud of you. I was skeptical, of course. I was in the Billy skeptic arena and just seeing all your mistakes and seeing how far you've got to go, right? And I think you heard probably that I gave Jana and I we didn't bet, but like we rated you. I gave you a 4. She gave you a 5. The question was, how easy or difficult will it be for Billy to be successful? Not will you be successful? Because of course I believe in your success, or we wouldn't be doing this, right? But I gave you a 4 because I saw you had a long way to go. Jana gave you a 5, but we're close, you see. And you see, you have done what it takes, my friend. You have learned, you have changed. You even started going to the gym. You started dressing better. You have, like, you're MVP. Your match guarantees MVP. I'm gonna give you that because really, that's why I'm proud of you, because you made it happen for you. You are lucky because you made it happen. Opportunity and preparedness met, and you got lucky.
Yeah, but I had a good team. I got a good team behind me, and that's important also.
Well, thank you. Everybody on the Match Guarantee team, we do it with passion first. Absolutely. And we love what we do.
I appreciate everything. And guys, I appreciate you. And just remember, put that one foot in front of the other, and you'll be walking down the aisle like me. You know, you got to do it.
Thanks, Billy. Thanks for your encouragement. And yeah, thanks for encouraging all the guys by being an example. That's what you've been. You've actually absolutely been a great example of what pretty much all these guys should do. pretty much all the viewers. You guys need to take action.
Yeah, if you're here.
She was 1,000. I think you said in your words, she's 10,000% in or something like that. But yeah, I like to see the more than 100% numbers coming out. So it means guys are agreeing with you. Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Do you ride a mechanical bull at Honky Tonk?
Might start.
Great final comments. Okay, guys, and thank you, Billy. All the best on your meet.
I want you to end the video with that video of her.
Okay, I will do. On your request, we will close out like that, because that is a magical fucking video.
Yeah. So watch the video, and peace and love to all you guys.
Okay. Peace, guys. Bye, Billy. Thanks for everything.
Take care.
Take care.
You touch my heart, you touch my soul. You teach my life and all my goals. And love was blind.